Good evening, and welcome to the Day 3 Guys podcast. We are thrilled to have you.
Welcome back to the Day 3 Guys pod. I'm Gabe, JP, Nick. Unfortunately, we have no Mr. Irrelevant today.
It's a tragic sight.
Unfortunately, Matt cannot join us tonight. Obviously, I don't know who that is. That might be Fran Tarkenton, Dallas Turner, whoever's jersey that is.
We have
will
his
be taking
shrine.
his place.
It's Dallas Turner. So
It's Dallas.
he's on the new age.
All right. Well, there we go.
Well, he'll be zooming maybe in. Maybe we'll get
a Skype call.
He might join us after he gets done.
Yeah, he might have to make some edit plays here. We'll see if Mr. Irrelevant can make this work. We are a gritty pod. We're going to remain gritty in more ways than one.
It's going to be hard to do a pod without Mr. Irrelevant.
It is.
How are we going to do that?
We're already in chaos. We're trying a new mic setup.
Mm-hmm.
Let us know in the comments if it works. Hopefully it's better than where we've been.
Mm-hmm.
I am in the middle of a fantasy draft right now, so you guys will be getting updates every round on who I got. As of now, we got Mahomes, we got Bijan, we got Derrick Henry, we got Brian Thomas, Trey McBride, or Marion Hampton.
I mean, what a peaches league.
It's a great start.
I mean, but we got... Okay, explain why you have those guys.
Yeah, you get keepers.
Insane.
It's a keeper league. So, I mean, I got 5 keepers.
Yeah, not bad. Well, we'll explain how we did in our actual, real, dialed-in fantasy league later in the pod. Along with that, we will be talking about college football week 1. A lot that went on there. A lot of teams caught my eye that I was not initially high on.
A lot of low-scoring games.
Oh, yeah. And we'll get our final thoughts on the preseason. Not a whole lot went on last week, but we'll see what happened. We'll be talking about our NFL week 1 matchup picks, and we'll do the official start of the Beta segment. And unfortunately, we won't know if Mr. Irrelevant's a ball knower this week. He gets a little buffer in order to, I guess maybe sharpen up after last week. He had a tough one. He needs to regroup, but
he's gearing up for the regular season.
Yeah,
he's getting right.
It was a rough week last week.
It was tough showing. He got a little too confident early on, and then
it was so bad that he had to actually miss this podcast. So looking for a big bounce back next week. We'll
see about it, but we will get into hopefully some good conversation today with the Day 3 guys here, and I'm looking forward to it.
Absolutely. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into our first segment here, the agenda update.
We're still doing that.
We're still doing the agenda.
Do we want to do our warm up real quick?
Oh, do you want to warm us up?
Yeah.
What do we got?
We'll warm us up.
Okay. So we had a Would You Rather last week. So here's the question: How many days are you going without showering, and each day you get 100K?
Oh,
I saw this earlier today actually, and it made me think.
And I have to go about my normal life as I normally do, or like?
I would say that there's 2 different seasons. I would say it's like a summer season you can have, and then like a school full swing. So I think we're just gonna stick with the summer since we just got done with summer. So you're in the summer, you can't shower. How many days are you going? 100K a day.
I'm sweating, boy.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, realistically, I'm probably avoiding all physical activity,
right,
to try to sweat the least amount possible, and I just picked DK Metcalf. Shout out DK. I'm probably going 2 months, man.
2 months?
I'm attempting 2 months. Dude, you're set for life.
60 mil?
Yes.
I mean,
you're literally set for life.
2 months is crazy.
Wait, you get a milli per day?
No, 6
6
mil.
mil.
Oh, 6 mil. My bad.
It's still, I mean...
Dude,
yeah.
I'm trying.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I guess so. I mean, I'm just... I feel like you're, quitting your job. You cannot...
Well, I mean, you're getting 100K a day.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So it's kind of a gamble. If you're happy with where you are, you may not be able... I mean, you're not going to be able to do that.
Dude, honestly, just
I try.
The clients are going to be complaining. You're going to lose clients.
Dude, honestly, just take all your sick days.
I probably would.
Well, that's what I was thinking. I
Yeah.
was like, well, maybe you can find a way to buffer it in a way that you can be unproductive and not really miss a beat. But how long can you do this? So I was thinking 2 weeks, not 2 months.
I'm thinking I'm not getting less than $1 million. My least is 10 days.
So it'll be 10 days.
And then after that, it's just going to be gritty until okay, this is enough.
I feel like once you get to 10 days, it's all right, well, what about 12 days? What about 20 days?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Each day it'll be okay, how am I feeling? you know what, we're gonna keep going, or we're dialing it back. We're jumping in the shower. We're scrubbing.
He's just stanking.
I had like for the $6 million. I'm attempting it.
I mean, I feel like if I was actually presented this scenario, I would definitely prolong it as long as I
what I'm
possibly
saying.
could. But from a scenario that I'm not being presented this right now, and there's not actually money sitting in front of us,
Yeah, it's
I'm going to be, say I'm going to be a clean guy. And I'm going to say a week. I'm going to say 10 days. I'm going to say $1 million. I'm in.
I'm okay with being dirty for the $6 million. Honestly,
I think I'm max getting to like 18 and then calling it.
That would be a real 75 hard.
Yeah, love that.
what a start, man! What a start.
What a way to warm us up there. Well, we'll see what we're thinking about our agendas real quick now. We can dive into those.
Get into.
We won't be hearing about JJ McCarthy and the Vikings, but they have a big Monday Night Football matchup this week.
Well, apparently they're gonna win the Super Bowl, and JJ McCarthy is gonna be Super Bowl MVP according to Mr. Irrelevant. So I
hope
think
that
we
he's doing
have
good.
the agenda update there. As far as the Dolphins, JP, you wanna give us a little
Yeah,
update?
I'll jump into that. We play the Colts. Normal time slot on Sunday. We're dogs, which are underdogs, which is, I can see there's a lot of hate. Was it PFF that came out with that, or
It
what?
was Pro Football Talk.
Okay, they
Right
came
for
out.
you.
They came out and said we were the 28th best team in the NFL, which is crazy hate. Tua was ranked as the 29th or 27th, I can't remember,
Crazy.
quarterback in the league, where JJ McCarthy and Michael Penix were both above him, which is
He's not even the best lefty in the league.
again crazy.
For sure.
But there's not much of an agenda other than we need to take care of business and Dolphins money line.
Might be a revenge agenda for the boys,
I
On
will say,
everybody. including me.
Speaking of revenge betting, this is very interesting. So Xavier Howard is actually the starting corner for the Colts this week,
Ooh.
and they just signed, or they had a workout for Mike Hilton, who we just cut off our practice squad. So there's a very real scenario where we are playing two of our former corners in the first week, and Xavier Howard has $15 million of dead cap that we are paying him this year, which is crazy.
And your boy.
I was gonna ask, is Julius Brents
Yeah, I
gonna
know.
be getting?
I knew you wanted to say
Oh,
that.
That's
Probably
another revenge
not.
story right there.
Yeah.
Probably not.
I don't think so. I mean, we just added him, and I don't know where he is injury wise. I mean, I don't know where he's at.
You did predict that they were gonna get him though.
Yeah,
They signed
Talked
him
about
just
it.
for week one knowledge, just to know the defensive playbook for
The dude's a dog, man. I'll
for
I'll
two.
stand
They're
on
thinking one step ahead.
it. I'll die on that hill.
They're doing some Belichick. Or speaking, we'll get into Belichick.
Oh, we will definitely get into Belichick.
That's good for the Finns, man. We'll see if they can pull it out week one. The rankings. Pro Football Talk. I'd love to say that's an egregious ranking, but that would be hypocritical on my part.
we can
got
just
it on
jump into
tape.
the rest of the agendas.
Oh,
We got it on tape.
oh.
But I can. You want me to talk about your Steelers? You want to talk about?
I'll talk about the
Let's
Steelers.
talk about the Steelers.
Steelers got the Jets week one. I've had pretty staunch opinions about the Jets so far on this podcast. But we're healthy. The Steelers are entering week one almost completely healthy. Unfortunately, it was announced today Derek Harmon will not be playing. He's out week one. But that's probably our deepest position. Our front seven is extremely deep. Y.A. Black going to be getting serious snaps. Ramsey healthy. Whole secondary's healthy.
Is that defending day 3 guy?
Reigning day 3 player of the week, Free the Gut, Y.A. Black, changed his number from 78 to 94.
He got a little turned
Dude,
up. Seeing the day 3 guys
insane aura upgrade for Mr. Black. Super
here for it.
excited to watch this game. Obviously, you got A-Rod against his former team, Jay Fields against his former team.
Two
a lot of
revenge
storylines
narratives.
there. But I'm so excited to watch this team play, man. I mean, we didn't get any A-Rod in the preseason. We didn't get any DK in the preseason. So a lot undiscovered there. But super excited to watch them week one in East Rutherford, New Jersey.
Love it. Well, we'll see if the Steelers can get it done on the road with the
See.
new team, the Omar Khan squad,
The con artist.
the Khan artists. We'll see if it comes into play. Or
Didn't
we
make
can
a
see.
move for a wide receiver too, but
Yeah.
we'll
See
see what
someone
happens.
who's stepping up there. Roman
Calvin was
Calvin?
listed as the wide receiver 2 on the depth chart.
for Calvin.
I think Roman's going to out-target him.
Who's the full top 5 there? It'd be another top 3.
DK, Calvin, Roman,
Uh-huh.
Scotty Miller, and
Oof.
Ben Skoranek.
Oh my gosh, the 2
Exciting whites.
the exciting whites.
Yeah.
Speaking of exciting whites, it's my fantasy football team name, And Drake May applies to this agenda update. He is my starting quarterback.
Of course.
And we also have Herbo too, so that it fits with it. But with my agenda, the Patriots, we're going into an exciting week 1. We haven't been this excited for a week 1 game in a while. We're playing in Foxborough, in Gillette, and we're turned. I mean, Vrabes is fired up. We did cut Jabril Peppers, which was a shock, I will say. I still don't really have a great analysis as to why we did that. Some will say scheme. I don't think you cut a guy. We're not good enough and have enough talent to cut a guy based off our scheme, especially when he was one of our captains last year. So it makes me think that there might be something else going on behind the scenes. Vrabel also spoke on it and said, it's not about scheme. So I trust my head coach. I also, I guess I trust the process. I didn't quite understand that one. That one was probably the most puzzling move I've seen from the Patriots in this offseason. I hope it's not a negative. We are trusting a rookie to start. Craig Woodson's going to start. He's had a really good camp, and out of Cal, he's going to start in week 1 for the Patriots in the secondary, and he's in front of Kyle Duggar, which is pretty insane. So Patriots going young in the backfield. We do have a new scheme, and we'll see how that goes, but I'm excited. We take on the vaunted Ashton Genty, Pete Carroll crew, Brock Bowers and the gang, Geno Smith at the helm. So it should be interesting. There's a lot to like about both those teams going into it. A lot of juice, getting fired up. But I'm ready to go. I'm ready to watch the Pats. And hopefully we can start 1-0. That'd be nice. Make me feel nice. But I'm going in with an open mind that we might not win right away, but hopefully we start building something.
There we go. There we go, man.
We don't have a Vikings agenda, unfortunately. It just doesn't even feel right now.
I feel like we would know. We know what he would say.
We know.
Do you think he thinks they're going to win?
I think it's Vikings by
against
50.
Caleb Williams, but he loves Caleb Williams.
He
no.
absolutely despises.
Yeah,
Caleb
no,
Williams.
he is not a fan.
Check out the reels. We saw what he did.
I would like to say that he did say that he thinks the lights are too bright for Caleb.
Well, what better than Monday Night Football to start it out? We'll see who's
Might be too bright for
better under
agents.
the lights. Could be. We'll see later what the boys think about that.
Yeah, we'll see.
Let's just get into it, man. I kind of want to talk about fantasy football.
Let's talk about some.
I'm in for that.
How we had our draft. We have our league every year. We have 14 guys in the league. It's pretty dialed. We call it the Gentleman's League.
Absolutely.
Because we are all gentlemen here. And the boys had a good draft. It was nice. The boys were dialed in. I was happy with my draft. I was picking out of the four slot. What were you guys picking out of?
I was 10.
I was at 8, which statistically the worst.
It's a
position
tough
to be
spot.
Yeah.
but absolutely nailed it.
You think so?
Yeah, I overcame.
We'll talk about your team.
Dude, my team is
Or
very exciting.
Your team that you're not right now, but
So with the 8th pick, I ended up going with none other than Amon Ra. Honestly, shocked that he got to me. I was pretty excited about that. Didn't anticipate him being there. It was probably going to be CD, Amon, or C-Mac if he got there.
it's a shame.
Unfortunately, C-Mac did not get there
He
because
did.
someone had an insane reach. But we'll talk about that later.
That'd be insane.
Came back around in the second round and got none other than tight end 1, Brock Bowers.
It's a pretty good
Just
pick
a
there.
can't miss,
Yeah.
honestly. At RB, we got Brees Hall and Chupa. Not my strongest position, but guys that are going to get a ton of touches, and I like the talent there. Especially Chupa. I think that O-line's going to be good, and I think Bryce Young is going to dump it down to him a lot, so super excited about that.
What was your team name?
Yeah, what was your team name?
Well, it was 6-7,
Oh,
but it actually got changed this
Did
week.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys didn't see it?
Oh, I just saw it, and the video has me laughing about your team name. That's what I was laughing about 2 minutes ago.
So in honor of Brock Bowers, I thought it was fitting that I would name it They Hit the Second Bower. Because,
base pod.
yeah, like Brock Bowers. I mean, I
it's good.
named the team after
No,
him.
but I was actively laughing about your name
I
because
didn't
I played
think that.
Gabe
That's
week
actually
1,
pretty
and
good.
I just saw his name.
Very
Yeah,
nice.
But I kept 6-7 as the profile picture because.
Oh, we'll have to.
Yeah.
Classic.
Double
whammy.
But my bench, I actually went with the approach of going after the guys that are sliding because of injury or because of suspension.
Mm-hmm.
So I got Ayuk, Jordan Addison, and Joe Mixon, who 3 guys that could be insane contributors if they end up coming back and playing well.
It's a big if.
And out of the 8 slot, my approach was that I wanted to kind of take swings on guys because it's tough to get premier talent in that position. So I think my team has the upside to be obviously the best, but obviously if everything doesn't work out, It's gonna be a tough season. So
Could be doing a punishment.
we'll see. No punishments, but
This is a tough league. I mean,
We'll
you
see.
got 3 receivers, a flex, a tight end, and 2 running backs, and a quarterback, and not much to work with on your bench. So you got to get real dialed in.
you gotta
And
get creative.
2 out of the 3 years we have had no one do our punishment. Shout out Connor Masters.
Mm.
Waffle
Who did?
House.
Who did?
He did it.
Yes, he
He
did.
was
Friend
the
of the
only
pod.
one. So we clearly have to make the punishment doable. The last few were doable, but we're not going to get into
We
what
won't.
those
Figure
punishments
it out.
were.
Speaking of 2 out of 3 years, 2 out of 3 years, we've had a champ that was the same.
Who did an illegal trade?
Oh.
With Mitch.
And
Oh,
lost
everyone
allegedly.
knew it.
and
Allegedly.
lost his
then
commissioner.
got fired as commissioner because everyone agreed it was fraudulent. But congrats though, like that was a huge accomplishment. So
Tough, man.
really
It's tough
excited
to be at
about
the
that.
top, man. I just come gunning for you afterwards. Find any allegations, but
Just
that's
objective
okay.
cheating, but
Nothing to say about last year, though. I mean, just a great team that just won a championship again. That's okay, though. Do you want to talk about your team, or should I just roll?
You got it.
I'll roll. Well, he spoke of someone who reached at 4 for CMC, and that was pertaining to the Exciting Whites, aka my team. We did take CMC at 4, and we took him proudly. It was always CMC. Whenever CMC plays a season, and he does not get hurt, he's RB1. He's actually overall 1. He's the man.
he's gotten injured 4 out of 5 of the last season. Just
That
throwing
just
that out
makes.
there.
I mean, he just looks healthy as ever right now.
I bet he does.
And honestly, dude, he's had so much time to recover. He's gonna bring it this year. His quarterback's newly signed, or re-signed, I should say, and it's gonna be feeding his boy. There's not a whole lot of comp back there. We're not worried about Brian Robinson. We're not worried about Garendo. CMC is gonna get his touches in a big way, and they're gonna be dependent on him. So I'm very confident in that pick. We also took Lad McConkey in round 2, which honestly I don't know why that doesn't really feel right, but I mean, for fantasy purposes, just looking from a broader perspective, like he's gonna get the rock a lot, and he earned that cred last year. Whereas last year he's a rookie coming in and was picked in 7th or 8th round, even in like a 14-man league. So, I mean, Lad's the man, and it fit the job with the Exciting Whites title. So Lad was our 2nd round pick, and then we went with Kamara and Devontae Adams, a few old heads, and then we filled it in with a few flyers of. Well, I don't think Jalen Warren's much of a flyer. Actually, I think that was pretty good value there.
Can't even hate on that.
We've been
one.
talking about Jalen Warren.
Higher
I
on
think
him
he'll
than most.
emerge and his stay as the RB1 in Pittsburgh. We're hoping that he does that, and it's a good flex play.
He just got a contract.
And he
They
did.
extended him.
I mean, that's just that
And-
bodes well.
Mike Tomlin quote in press conference said he will be our feature back.
Mm.
So
We love to hear it in the flex spot. And then we took a swing at Rashee Rice in round 4, or Rashid Rice, I guess. But he's going to be Mahomes' guy when he's back. And then Matthew Golden, a rook, we're going to take him. And Kyle Pitts. This is the year of Kyle Pitts.
They've
We're
been
gonna be
saying
betting on
that
him.
for
whew,
They've
couple
been saying
years
it, but I
now.
think Penix actually likes him, and we filled out the bench with a few Patriots and Pop and Hunter Henry and Herbo. And Draconius is the one that will be starting in week 1 against the Raiders.
over
So,
Herbo.
yeah, we're going to go with Draconius. I mean, you got to go with him. That'd be Drake May. But we're fired about the team. I'm feeling good about the draft. I think I nailed it, but I think we're going for the repeat championship. Mish, what you got?
Yeah, I was the commissioner. Really made a fire draft announcement
It was.
video.
We
It was
might need to even
phenomenal.
play like.
I don't
clips of
think
that.
we should play it.
No.
Not
Probably
yeah,
not.
Maybe
no.
not the whole thing, but maybe a clip. It's
Maybe
just
like a little.
what
I
a
don't know.
masterpiece.
But so I went a very unconventional route. I was planning, and not what I was planning to do at all. But I think my team turned out. I actually really like it. The 2 players that I went into this draft saying that I was leaving with were Travis Hunter and Jordan Love, and I got both of them.
Mm.
I've already said that Jordan Love. I think he's gonna have a great year, and Travis Hunter with his defensive play could be a big factor for my team. But
You
with
were
my
thinking defense with that pick. That's interesting.
well, I mean, he's going to play both ways.
He's going to dominate on offense. I think it was a great pick.
Yeah, but anyway, so with my first pick, I went 3 straight receivers, a running back, and then Travis Hunter. So with my 3 straight receivers, I went Puka, Brian Thomas, and Maserati Marv. I've already expressed my interest on
Pretty good.
Maserati Marv. I think he's going to have a breakout year. Same with Brian Thomas. I mean, sophomore guys that are coming in. But Puka, because I drafted Puka, I named my team Hakuna Nakua, which
Can't miss.
Sounds very Hawaiian.
Hakuna Matata means no worries.
Oh, it's going in the year with no worries.
That's all I'm gonna say.
very nice.
But later on down the line, I got Mark Andrews, my tight end, and then Eckler. But
Few
the
vets.
reason I'm saying I bring up Eckler is because of what Mr. Irrelevant did.
Oh,
The pick or the round right before Eckler went.
somehow not surprising.
He picked up Bill.
Bill.
Who was named the 4 today.
RB4.
Bill did make the team, but
That's not saying much in regards to fantasy,
uh-uh.
unfortunately.
But I just wanted to throw that out there. Then I had to go with Tennessee guy. I went with Dante Thornton for the Raiders. Then I had Xavier Legette just because,
Just taking flyers, man.
yeah. And then Ferguson, and,
Good.
you get late round. I said I wasn't going to take Ferguson for reasons, but I changed my mind. He's on the team. So we'll see what happens. 2 is the backup, so we'll see about that.
Good for the boys. Well, it was a great draft. We're looking forward to the season. Looking forward for the repeat. But we'll see how it goes. We do not have a Mr. Relevant of the Week. Or do we? Do we want to do it?
It's a sad. I don't have anything for Mr. Relevant of the Week.
Yeah, there wasn't a whole lot going on this week. And Mr. Relevant's really not present today. So
It just doesn't feel right, man.
this may be the only pod of the Day 3 guys ever that does not include a Mr. Relevant of the Week. But unfortunately, we're probably not going to bring it this week.
It's sad, man.
It's sad.
It's sad.
Yeah, no, I was just trying to think. I don't have anybody.
On the bright side, there was college football this week.
There was.
Let's talk about some college football, man. There's no shortage of things to talk about that transpired this weekend. Starting with what I want to bring up, the Arch Manning disaster class in the horseshoe.
Looked good in the last maybe minute or two. Maybe.
Not
The
really.
throw to what's the dude? Stone,
The white guy.
Livingstone.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the corner, that was good. But
Exciting whites.
yeah,
Normally, and I know a couple of us took Ohio State for the reason of Arch being inexperienced and going into a dangerous territory and all
Sharp
of that.
pick. Sharp pick.
But to me, if I'm a Texas fan, my concern is more with his footwork looked really bad.
Mhm.
He didn't step into throws. He was really inaccurate. I saw a stat that was like 38% of his throws were off target. That's dangerous,
I believe
man.
it.
He did not look good at all. I mean, even his flashes were like throws you expect him to make. I mean, I know the deep shot was nice. Receiver made a great play.
Great
I mean,
play.
that ball was to the inside. But man, if I'm a Texas fan right now, super encouraged by the defense. Thought the defense looked great. But man, Arch did not look good.
Mm-mm.
there wasn't good quarterback play in that game.
No.
I mean, Sayan only had 130 yards.
No.
Like, it wasn't, it was all, it was boring. It was all defense. Like, it was, after the first half, we were questioning whether or not we spent our time wisely on Saturday.
Yeah.
Some of us were more upset than others that they were sitting there watching that game.
That's for sure. I thought that game sucked. Which is why I wanted to talk about it.
Jeremiah Smith dropped what?
2 in a row.
Yeah, I was about to say 2 in a row.
It was the gloves.
He did go and change and got right, but yeah, I don't know. It was.
I think you said it best when we were giving our college football preview. Did we crown Texas too early? And
100%.
I agree with you. I think we did. Ohio State, I think, was a fair pick in that game. I mean, that's a tough environment to go into for your first career game when you literally have the entire college football universe already crowning you as the Heisman Trophy winner. How many snaps he played? They said, what? Under 100, probably. And it's like...
None that were really meaningful.
Right, nothing that was really
drawbacks.
meaningful. I mean, you're showing highlights for when they're up 44-7 on UL Monroe. Looks great in that, but I mean, when you go up against the defending national champ, that's kind of a tough environment. So I will say, we can bash Arch, say he wasn't ready for the moment, and maybe he wasn't, but I feel like at a certain point you got to be like, okay, well, he's playing probably a top 3 defense in the country, maybe a
Easily.
top 5 defense in the country, depending on who you ask, and that's his first career start on the road. You can't really expect him to go crazy, and if he does, then he maybe is
Right.
what everybody's crowning him to be, or more, honestly.
Yeah.
So, honestly, I'm not going to bash him and say, like, oh, Arch is a fraud and Arch is brawny or whatever everybody else is saying. Or whatever was trending on Twitter that we will not repeat on the pod.
Yeah, no, that was crazy.
But I will say it was a disappointing performance for Texas. The defense looked pretty good. They did shut down Ohio State. So, Texas is still going to be a factor. Tough opener. Great for Ohio State. because honestly, their offense didn't look great, and they still got a great big victory that's going to obviously help them when it comes down to picking the 12-man playoff. It's going to hold a lot of weight, especially if they do what I think they're going to do in the Big Ten this year. So big win for Ohio State. I'd argue it was a bigger win for Ohio State than a bigger loss for Texas. And that might be a minority opinion, but there's other teams that had worse losses.
Much worse.
Alabama, man oh man, we're in peril right now.
Yeah. And I was watching that game with Alabama fans, and I told them, I was like, look, this Florida State team, I mean, Castellanos looked great. Like, that could turn out to be a great loss. But everyone in T-Town and in other surrounding areas of Alabama are already wanting the U-Haul to move
It's
outside
over.
of Kalen DeBoer's house.
Yeah.
So, I don't know how. I saw something that said Kalen DeBoer has already lost the same amount of unranked games as Saban did in 17 years.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
4.
It's not a good look.
And also, I heard something today that said the Auburn coach from a couple years ago, Brian Harsin? Brian Harsin. He lost a lot. He lost 4 unranked, same thing I just said, 4 unranked games. They didn't even let him get through the second year. So, we're going to see, I mean...
Yeah, if Auburn doesn't play, Bama doesn't play. And we always say, like, you never want to be the guy that follows the guy.
Yeah.
Looks like DeBoer could be the guy that follows the guy. And we'll see if Bama pivots or if they can just turn it around quickly. Apparently, they've had some player-led meetings. I don't know if that's a reflection on the coach or not. But it definitely seems like the culture there has definitely changed. And definitely I guess, for lack of a better word, the aura about Bama football, as it has been over the last decade, has definitely changed. And I don't think they're going to garner that same respect just from a name brand as they normally do. And they're not really striking any fear into any teams, which led to Castellanos saying an insane quote, 2 weeks ago, but then backing it up.
He backed it up.
That's
I mean,
awesome stuff.
It's awesome. You gotta
That's
love to
awesome
see. I
stuff.
mean, you can get bashed for, because Florida State was atrocious last year. What a train wreck. I mean, DJU will do that to you, but
Yeah.
Dude, and Gus Malzahn.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
absolutely dialed.
Great game.
great
Called a
game.
great
Yeah.
game.
Called a great game. I mean, put his guys in a position to win, use the guys that he had in a really big way. The defense, I thought, looked really great. Ty Simpson was running for his life all day, and they normally have a lot of talent pass rushing. But I mean, Castellanos, honestly, made me a believer. I liked him at Boston College when he was playing for Bill O'Brien. I would kind of keep track of it, and it looks like he had a little bit of falling out there, and goes to an even better school, probably gets paid, and will probably get paid a whole lot more after beating Alabama in an opener as a 14-point dog. You gotta love it.
That was the first time they'd ever been to Florida State.
Yeah, rude
That was
awakening.
crazy.
Welcome to the ACC.
Yeah, I know.
Speaking of the ACC, 2 more teams at the top there. First off, I would like to talk about Clemson and
Yeah.
see if the SEC got their lick back.
Yeah.
And LSU proved me wrong. I thought the Clemson
Proved me
Tigers
wrong,
were
too.
the greatest thing since sliced bread coming into the year, but I guess not so much. But Nussmeier looked pretty good, and
Dude.
Klubnik looked like he struggled a little bit.
If you're an LSU fan right now, I think you're very encouraged.
Mhm.
I mean, that Clemson team's pretty loaded, and LSU looks like they might have a defense for the first time in a little bit.
Is LSU back?
LSU might be back, man. I'm not going to jump to
Could be.
conclusions, but you got a guy that's probably a bona fide first-round pick in Nussmeier. You
No,
got
for sure.
6'7" tight end that's Kirk
Jumped
Herbstreit
out the
love.
gym.
But honestly, like, to hold Clemson to that,
Yeah, the defense.
I mean, incredible against the guy who's probably another first-round pick in Cade Klubnik.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm an LSU fan, man, I'm excited for the season. Brian Kelly, safe for now.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens because LSU obviously tends to not hold
Oh, yeah.
on.
And he's feeling cocky, too. You seen those press conferences?
Oh yeah,
I mean,
he's
he's owning
he
Dabo.
feels good, which he should, man. You just went into the fraud Death Valley and beat
yeah,
Clemson.
I guess
Yeah.
so.
I think that's a huge.
I would argue that's almost a worse loss for Clemson than it was for Texas in week 1.
I would agree.
I mean,
I would
it's a tough one.
Because if you're Clemson and you want to get where you want to go
Yeah.
this year, that's a team that you want to beat at home.
Right, because you're going to probably win out in the ACC.
Yeah.
Do they play Miami?
I don't know.
I don't think they
I don't
do.
know.
I don't think they play Miami, but Clemson now, they play South Carolina later. It's another SEC team, which
Ooh.
could give them problems. Lenore's looked pretty good in that game.
Really?
Looking like maybe QB1 in that draft, which it fits the boys' narrative.
Really
We're very
does.
excited for Lenore. Shout out Sam Love and the boys back in ATL. But I mean, you got to like what you see out of Lenore's and the boys.
You really
Pretty good.
Yeah.
But I don't know about who we want to tap into now. Well, I mean, we could tap into Belichick, but I feel like we'll save that for last.
I mean,
I want to.
let's talk about Miami.
I was
Dude,
just saying
gonna
Carson
say-
Beck. Yeah.
In honor of Mr.
yeah.
Irrelevant,
Yeah.
he told me before the game. He told me Carson Beck was going to go off,
Mm-hmm.
and I laughed in his face.
And he kind of did.
Because after seeing what Carson did last year, I was fully off the Carson train. Dude, he looked calm, composed,
He
delivered the ball where it needed to go.
Mm-hmm.
Did get bailed out on that one catch by, was it C.J. Daniels with the
Yeah,
one-handed?
yeah,
Yeah.
the one-handed.
What a snag.
Which that would have been a pick
Clip.
if he didn't snag that. But dude, he looked like rejuvenated.
And true freshman Malachi Tony was absolutely
Yeah.
I was gonna break
another
him up.
Tony. Another Tony.
another one. Cooking them boys. I mean, he looked like he was a safety blanket that
Mhm.
Carson Beck needed all game. And Notre Dame is still going to be here. They didn't even give Jeremiah Love the ball. They didn't give that man the ball. It's the best running back in the country.
Dude, his hurdle rating
Yeah.
when he gets to Madden.
I mean,
Yeah,
that-
he is hitting the
That is-
Y button
it's
every
every
single
time.
time.
And Notre Dame got their loss, their early season loss. It
Yeah.
was to a good team. Hopefully for Notre Dame's sake, that's their only loss because they didn't leave themselves a whole lot of wiggle room now, being an independent.
It's a
so-
freshman Q.
Yeah,
too,
but
by the
the
way.
quarterback
Is Northern Illinois on the schedule?
Uh-oh.
Ooh, I don't know. Probably
think-
not.
Would hate that for them.
Be tough. But
But
I think the Irish will be just fine too. A lot of the teams, the top 10 teams that lost, I'm not really worried about. I think it's a tough matchup. And week one, it is week one, it's not week 0. But week one can be a little telling. Maybe, you get shocked in a few ways, but at the end of the year, the teams are a whole different team. And you could look back at that and say, okay, well, yeah, Clemson lost week 1 at home to LSU. We could say, oh, Clemson's not as good as they are. And then they could just get on an absolute roll and be like the absolute number 1 team in the country by the end of the year because a team grows together as it goes on throughout the month. So
yeah, I was gonna say that's the thing about week one. right?
Yeah.
Like no one knows who they
Yeah.
are yet.
I think that also talks about we saw a lot of defense this week, a lot of low scoring games. Takes a little bit for offense to get a little bit of a rhythm, and it's much more prevalent for a defense to have a great week 1 than an offense.
You
So
want to know what?
they're gonna start to roll, I think.
You want to know what wasn't a low scoring game?
Oh,
Oh man.
talk about your boys, and I'll allow you the floor because what an awesome game from the
I
boys.
mean, first Chick-fil-A kickoff classic. First game other than Ohio State Texas that came on Saturday, and Joey Aguilar looked freaking great. He killed it. I mean, he spread the ball around. He took off running a couple times. We had our Colton Hood, the transfer from Colorado, got SEC Defensive Player of the Week. He cooked, and he was a backup. He's replacing Jamal McCoy. He's not even going to play whenever he comes back. I mean, he'll play, but he'll not start.
Well, he might have earned his spot.
He won't start, but I'm
He
saying
might.
that. Well, I mean, it's McCoy.
I mean, you get a defensive player of the week.
Well,
then
Ricky
find somewhere
Gibson.
else to put him out on
Ricky
the field.
Gibson got hurt, so he might find a spot. But
There you
anyway,
go.
he had a fumble recovery, and then Jeremiah T. Lander had a pick six, which was batted down, so that was good. I will say though, what's the coach's name? Fran Brown looked. He had the boys ready. I mean, he
Give
had
Hughes their flowers.
yeah he had them ready. And Jelly, we scared him a couple times. He was running for his life and got hit a lot.
I don't know
But-
if they had them ready. Tennessee kind of came up.
Well,
pretty
no,
hot
but
in that
I'm
game.
saying like what they were running, and they were able to score a lot of points.
later.
Yeah, but I'm saying that I don't know.
I think honestly, speaking from like a neutral's perspective, I think the Vols absolutely dominated that game, and I think
Well,
Joey
look.
Aguilar was absolutely airing that rock out.
Oh yeah, his
I mean,
long
dropping in the bucket.
his long ball to Braylon Staley.
That's what Tennessee
was
needed.
beautiful.
And Nico didn't really bring that as much.
Uh,
and I think it's a better fit.
We should throw this edit up there, but I saw an edit or a thing on Twitter that said you versus the guy she tells you not to worry about, and it was Nico versus Joey Aguilar. So we
I
can
love
throw that up. But
Speaking of Nico,
They
Nico
suck.
took a fat L to
Successful
the
watch.
Utah Utes.
they suck.
College football playoff coming. That was my bold take. They're now in the top 25 as the number 25 team after going for a losing record last year. Went on the road and got a big win on the road against Nico and the boys.
Had to have been a successful hate watch.
Oh my gosh,
Oh.
yeah.
Late night hate watch.
I checked and
That's
saw it
great.
was 20-0. I was like, perfect.
Dude, dare I say, Joey played as well as almost any quarterback that played
Oh,
He had
this weekend.
we were talking Heisman.
there was one guy who had more yards than him. I don't remember who it was, but there was one like
Oh, I
big
saw
name.
Nori?
I don't know. There was one big name. I can't remember who it was, but there was one big name quarterback who had more yards than him.
Yeah.
But I mean, we're gonna see what happens. We play East Tennessee State this week. I will be in the building.
Ooh.
Good for you.
So
Love it.
I mean,
Day 3 guys will have a spot at ETSU versus.
we will.
Tennessee.
We're live.
Gotta love it. SoCon represent, but we hope they get pummeled.
Yeah.
We do.
See ya.
Yeah.
See the
That'll
Buccaneers.
be a
our,
successful Haywatch.
Our condolences to Bill Belichick
We need to talk
in
about
North
that.
Carolina.
Yeah.
First drive looked awesome.
Yeah.
Everyone was ready.
First drive, it was
for
Chapel
Belichick.
Bill.
Yeah.
We're back. I
He
mean,
was like, we're getting another ring. Belichick with his 24-year-old wife.
and then it all came crashing
And
down.
then, oh my goodness, just over after that.
TCU
runs away
rolled.
with it. Josh Hoover,
Rolled.
I'm going to say it now. Josh Hoover's going to end up being an NFL quarterback.
He looked
I'm saying
good.
it now.
He did look good.
Guy's got great tools, man.
One
Process
game.
as well.
1 game sample size for this opinion, probably.
I was already on this last year.
Okay.
There's a Steelers writer,
He's on.
shout out, who did a breakdown of him and the Michigan State quarterback, Chili's.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's his name. And he was pretty high on him, so I kind of wanted to watch that game for him because obviously the Steelers are going to be in the market for a quarterback, and
Yeah.
I liked what I saw.
Well, lots of scouts were there to see maybe Chapel Hill or Chapel Bill and
Oof. Not only scouts, but he had a armada of famous people up there
a
watching.
lot of them.
I mean, he had Lawrence Taylor, MJ,
That's a
and
great alum.
more list.
The GOAT. Man.
Everyone was there to watch him get absolutely pummeled.
Sad.
What a disaster. Well, maybe we'll see if Belichick bounces back at Charlotte this week.
Mm.
At Charlotte on the road, in state. That's kind of a tough
You could
scheduling
drop
job
that
there. I don't know
game,
who
man.
did that, but I mean, if they start 0-2, I mean that's not going to be great. They asked Vrabel, who worked for Ohio State for a little bit. They go, "So what do you think about Bill?" And he's like, "Well, it's kind of hard for." Well, he didn't say this, but the guy asked him, said, "Well, it's kind of hard for guys to acclimate probably to college football, and they probably don't start well even if they're a great coach." He said, "Well, Urban Meyer started 12-0."
Yeah, he did.
Shut
Not
that down
exactly,
pretty quick.
putting up his former coach, but Belichick, we hope that I hope he kind of bounces back. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm not a big fan of like how the whole Bill Belichick narrative goes nowadays. I think it's all drama, and I think it's like so unlike him too, and kind of takes away from like the Bill Belichick that I grew up, I guess I don't want to say looking up to, but like that was my coach, and it's like now he's kind of looked at in a way of a little bit of a laughing stock in a way, and I hope it doesn't tarnish his legacy. So I hope they bounce back at least in a little bit of a way, maybe not in a big way. I don't think they're going to be any chance of competing this year, or maybe not next year either. But he's going to get a thing going. Hopefully, he gets the operation back, and UNC is at least formidable and respectable. Because otherwise, it's just going to be a lot of flying rumors and narratives that we just don't really love.
It could be a bad end to a really awesome career.
Yeah.
And that would just be bad for football, I think.
And then this was kind of no surprise to me, but Indiana and Arizona State, both darlings of last year, both top 25 teams, had some absolute dud games against some dud teams and didn't really win by that much.
Kentucky too.
And
Not
Kentucky
darlings.
stinks.
No, I know, but I'm saying they only beat Toledo by 8.
Yeah, so lots of teams that are big schools kind of struggled this week, but we were wondering if Indiana was going to start building a program, or Arizona State was too. Arizona State does go to Mississippi, they go
Mississippi
to
State.
Mississippi State in Starkville.
Same
So
level.
we'll see if they are the real deal there. Maybe Mississippi State's a possible upset pick there.
The
but,
Cowboys or the Cowbells are going to be ringing.
Yeah, but they brought it back in a big way in the second half against Southern Miss. I don't know if that's a big thing, but a lot to like from college football this week. And we'll see next week. This week's not going to be quite as eventful as far as matchups, but we'll see about it. We'll see how the boys do. The Georgia Bulldogs rolled, by the way. I won't part without saying that. And Penn State did as well. Took care of business against the teams that they should have. And honestly, Gunnar Stockton looked great. Zachariah Branch looks like the most electric wide receiver they've had in years. And then Delp solid. And we got a good running game, and the linemen look pretty good. So Dogs are still here. And there is no clear favorite right now,
No.
I would say. I'd say Ohio State would probably be the number one team. They had the best win this week, even though it didn't look totally awesome. But I think it's going to be just a great year of college football. There's a lot to like.
I agree.
Let's move forward.
Yeah. Well, we got NFL action this week for the first time
We do.
in a long, long time. We got the Cowboys and the Eagles on Thursday night to kick it off. Let's talk about some storylines going into this weekend that we're excited about. No shortage of drama. P, you want to start us with the ultimate drama?
Yeah, I'll start us. So last week when we did this was before this happened, but Micah Parsons traded to the Packers.
The boys called it.
For 2 first-round picks and
Ricky called it.
Ricky called it. 2 first-round picks and Kenny Clark. There was a thing that came out about his back that he might have to get an epidural before the game on Thursday night, which, I mean, those are some long needles for epidural, but that's besides the point. He's got it. He chose number 1, which, I mean, he's gonna look tough in number one.
Mm-hmm.
But it'll be what do they play each other week 4? I think
Yes.
Cowboys Packers. That will be a revenge. Like he might go crazy. He might get to Dak a lot.
Really helps your Packers narrative, though,
Yeah, it
in a
does.
big way.
Yeah.
And does that help maybe change your perspective on how you feel about that division when you think the Lions?
Oh,
are the
absolutely.
clear- you
How
think the
can it
Packers
not?
are the new alpha there?
I'm not gonna change my prediction.
Because we both
But
picked the Packers.
The Packers obviously just became a tenfold better team.
Mhm.
Michael Parsons is a generational talent.
Uh-huh.
You add a guy who's the ultimate disruptor. You can move him everywhere. Granted, you lose Kenny Clark, who's a
Mhm.
good football player.
Yeah.
Nothing compared to Micah. But yeah, I mean that amplifies their team by a lot.
Yeah.
I still am gonna pick the Lions to win, just because they're proven and they've done it before. But obviously it changes things, and the Packers are a favorite, if not right on the heels of the Lions for me. So
I like it. We'll see how that goes. Not a whole lot else went on this way. I mean, depth chart blunders. People are throwing out depth charts now,
Mhm.
and getting all riled up about it.
Yeah.
And we see Bill as RB4.
Yeah.
Well, else we're not going to see. They have Travion Henderson listed as the
Nice.
Patriots RB3. That's not going to happen. I mean, let's just be real here. We're getting double-digit touches, so we don't need to read much into depth charts. But I guess interesting, gets the fans chatting it up, and
always does, man.
I just can't wait for Thursday night. And this will drop on Thursday night.
Mhm.
Hopefully before the game.
Yeah.
That's what the plan is. But the boys are fired up. Do you have anything else that you want to talk
A
about?
few things I want to talk about. First of all, not a huge point, but something that's been kind of lingering throughout the summer. Quinshon Judkins.
Mm.
Honestly, a guy I was really high on in the draft. I thought he's an awesome prospect, and I was excited to see him play in the NFL. Unfortunately, he got drafted by the Cleveland Browns,
Mm.
which is like the ultimate curse for anyone's career.
Who picked another running back as well?
Yes, 2 other ones. Well, they didn't. They undrafted free agent,
Mhm.
but a lot of young guys in every room for the Browns, which is what they need. Unfortunately, Judkins is having some legal issues. Is he going to sign? Is he going to play? We have no idea.
Beat the case.
As of now, Jerome Ford's probably going to get the lion's share of touches in that backfield. But I want to see Judkins play. Like, obviously,
too.
I'm not going to speak on the legal ramifications of what he's going through.
Mhm.
But a guy who's electric in college, obviously, you watch him. You got Travion Henderson.
Yeah.
But I think Judkins is a bell cow that could be a phenomenal player for them.
Mhm.
Obviously, I don't like the Browns, but I was excited to watch him play. So,
Mhm.
kind of just watching to see what happens there going forward. Is he going to play at all this year? You know, we don't really know. But beyond that, honestly, one of the games of the weekend for me, we got J.J. McCarthy versus Caleb Williams. 2 guys, pretty unproven. Caleb obviously struggled last year. And coming into this year, a lot of hope. You got Ben Johnson, your weapons. We've talked about it before. And then you got J.J., who's got a lot of weapons, great offensive coach.
Yep.
And they're going head-to-head in prime time. I think that'll be one of the highlights of the week.
Yeah. I would just like to say I love the matchups for week 1. I mean, the week 1
Great to see.
matchups, they're matching up a lot of like very notable games that you got to just appreciate. Thank you, NFL, for week 1. I mean, you got probably the 2 best teams in the AFC matching up. You have probably, the Chiefs and the Chargers is a matchup. It might be one of the best divisional matchups you can probably get together. And the Cowboys Eagles start us off with all the Jerry drama and Micah Parsons drama going into the defending champs' house. Lots of cinema for week 1.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see how some of these new starting quarterbacks that get to go in for the first time for their new teams or rookies come in and perform. Because, there's always a lot of movement in the NFL offseason. There's a lot of talking being done. Everybody's high on their team. And then you just have to lace them up, freaking put the pads on, and see who actually is here to play for the year. And I think week 1 is a big tone setter in the NFL. As with college football, they're just kids, man. Can't really get upset about it because it's a long season and you got a bunch of buffer games in there. Dude, the NFL, man, you got to bring it every single week. These are all professionals, and every single game matters. So I'm excited for week 1. But honestly, dude, I'm ready to just kind of get into the matchups. Which ones do we like more? Which ones are we more excited about than other ones?
What game are you most excited for this week?
Well, the game I'm most excited for is probably the biggest heavy hitter of the week, the heavyweight matchup. Well, it'll be the Ravens going to Buffalo to play the Bills. Those are 2 favorites to win the Super Bowl, and we get to see them match up in week 1, fully healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Once
It's
again,
not
thank
like
you
that.
NFL. We get Lamar versus
On
Josh
Sunday
Allen.
night
Oh,
with Mike Tirico and Collinsworth. Oh my goodness, it's
I will be
gonna
doing
hit.
nothing else but sitting on that couch,
It's amazing.
hopefully eating something healthy. Probably not.
Probably not, and that's okay.
And
It's
that's
football.
okay. I might
Football's
get
back.
some chips and dip.
Yeah, why
I
not?
might just enjoy my night.
Hmm.
Because what a game that's going to be. I'm excited for Bills Ravens. I'm excited to see if Lamar is going to reclaim that MVP back and just come back in a big way and get a big win on the road. I think it is a tone setter for the year, honestly, because these teams are not going to have many losses on the year. So when they play each other, you got to see who's really going to be bringing it in the playoffs. It also sets up a potential revenge narrative in the playoffs for whoever loses that game. You get a second chance at it, probably, or at least by our projections. So I'm really excited for that game. I'm excited to see Josh Allen use his weapons. We'll see how much they use him on the ground this year. We'll see if they give James Cook the rock with a new contract and all that. And I'm actually interested to see how much Derrick Henry gets the ball. I mean, at a certain point, you got to think about age, and maybe you start limiting him. And also, it's early in the season, so you want to save him for late. So Derrick Henry, I mean, obviously, a guy that usually gets like 20 carries a game and can somehow withstand it for a season's length. We don't know what goes on behind the scenes. But with that rush attack, obviously having 8 in the backfield there to take on some of the rushing load as well. And you got guys, Keaton Mitchell, honestly, they got him back. I have a feeling that they're going to start using him some. And Isaiah Likely, is he doubtful? Is he going to play in that game? I think he's out in that game.
Oh, I don't know.
I
I think he's
gonna
out.
play.
So they're going to have Mark Andrews that has a chance to kind of get a bounce back year. And you're hoping that he does after that crucial drop. So we'll see how that goes. I'm excited for that game. But I think everybody's excited for that game. So that's not really a hot take. Any other games that you guys are excited about? I mean, there's a lot to choose from here.
Man, just to speak on that game, I mean, the MVP and the MVP runner-up going at it. I mean, what more can you ask for? But also, I'm excited to watch Jair Alexander.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how much he has left in the tank, but if he can play, that is a humongous addition.
Who do you think they're going to put him on?
The thing with the
Maybe
with the
Keon.
Bills is I don't think they're going to play the matchup game. I think they might just keep him to the boundary, keep Wiggins on the other side,
Yeah.
let Hamilton roam, because you don't really have that dominant player that you got to be like, okay, Jair, take him out of the game.
Right. Gabe Davis is here in town now.
Practice squad.
Is he in the practice for the
Yeah,
game
and he's
now?
out. He's out this week, anyways.
Oh.
But I think, and then you got Marlon Humphrey, who's probably going to take Shakir out of the slot. But the matchups across the board are exciting to watch. Like you said, I'm kind of excited to see if Henry has a regression. I mean, the guy's 32 now.
There's really no reason to think about it other than just being lazy and saying he's old.
Right. But I mean,
He
at
doesn't play old.
some point, he is going to taper off. Is
Maybe.
it this season? We don't know. I would bet not.
No.
Just because the guy's an absolute animal.
Mhm.
I just think across the board, I mean, Buffalo, is Josh going to use the tight ends more this year? Is
He
gonna,
needs to.
like, how's
Kenny
that going?
Payne needs to have his breakout.
Are they going to have a continuation of where they left off last season, both these teams, or is one going to start out kind of slower?
Yeah.
Baltimore opened up, I think, 0-2 last year. So just kind of excited to see if we get a continuation or a taper off.
Yeah.
I don't know if you have any thoughts about that game.
I don't have any. I was just gonna say, let's hear your exciting.
Yeah, so for my matchup, my computer's lagging. I apologize. I have the Chiefs and the Chargers on Friday Night Football in Brazil. Again, another game loaded with star talent.
Friday Night Football.
Friday Night Football in Brazil.
Kinda
What's
love
not to love? Thursday, Friday, Saturday, college football. Sunday, Monday football. We are so back. But I'm so excited to watch Herbert versus Mahomes. They always play each other well. That's
Mhm.
always a good game. Conference game, divisional game. I'm excited to see how Marion Hampton gets deployed. Are they going to give Najee a lot of touches? I know he's healthy and he's going to play. Herbert's got more weapons this year. He's got Ladd, he's got Trey Harris, Keenan Allen. Are they
Keenan
gonna
Allen, his boy, is back.
right? Are they gonna air it
Fat
out?
Keenan.
Are they gonna
Fat
air it
Keenan.
out?
No, they're going to air it out.
And I'm also excited to see what the Chiefs look like. They're going to be without Rasheed.
Mhm.
Travis Kelce, I don't even want to talk about, but I think the regression was pretty clear last year. I think we can agree with that.
He's still a factor.
So, absolutely. There's no doubt about that. But I think Reed is definitely going to have to change it up this year. I don't think they'll be able to stick to the same script. Isaiah Pacheco back, what does that look like?
Mhm.
Obviously, this is a game that they're taking away a home game from the Chargers,
Yeah.
which
was
is
gonna
kind of
say.
huge, man.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a player there for them, especially the Chargers, are you jarred up about this week 1 matchup being in Brazil and that's counted as your home game. But also, you have to travel to Brazil in week 1.
I would be. I mean,
Yeah.
especially, I'm not going to act like the Chargers get insane home field advantage.
This
They're
is also
usually-
a crucial game.
It's a huge game. It's an absolutely huge game. But I think there's just, I mean, it's Friday Night Football, and you got two of the best teams in the AFC.
I mean, they're going to be juiced up.
What's not to like?
Yeah.
So that's the game
The
that I'm
Brazilians
excited
are
to
going to
watch.
be juiced up. I mean, what a game the NFL
100%.
gave them.
100%.
Usually they give them the Jaguars and the Panthers.
Well, last year they
I was
had
gonna say
Green
yeah.
Bay and Philly, which
Yeah.
was another.
Oh, I guess Brazil's getting
Yeah.
the good
Yeah.
games.
Yeah.
Who's
Brazil's
getting the bad? London's getting the bad games.
London
They
always
get
gets
an
the
early morning.
crappy
Oh,
games,
there was
yeah.
a bad. No, there
It
was a
was
bad.
the Patriots.
Jags and Pats.
Oh yeah, that's what.
And
it
then-
was.
We got to win in that game, so I mean,
The Jets
What a
and
great
the
game.
Vikings also played. I believe it was London.
They had one in
Is it
Germany.
Germany? It might
Yeah,
have been Germany.
yeah.
Yeah, but that was
NFL's
also-
going global. I don't know how much I agree with that, but
Yeah, Steelers playing Dublin.
we're selfish in America.
But yeah, P, what game are you looking forward to?
I can't wait for the Lions Packers game. I know we've already talked about the Packers a lot, so I'm going to keep it kind of brief. But especially now they have Micah, I want to see what the defense can do against the Lions. I want to see what Goff and Amon-Ra and on Laporta and the whole gang. Gibbs is on my fantasy team, so I'll be locking in for him too. But I'm just super excited. Heavyweight divisional matchup. Like you said, I mean, these are some really good week 1 games that hold a lot of weight. So yeah, Lions Packers.
I mean, no, Lions Packers is gonna be an awesome game, and we'll see if the Lions, have an offensive regression without their play call. I honestly don't think they will. I think that you just hand the playbook off to the next guy, and we'll see if Jared Goff's still the real deal without his boy. But Gibbs, Monty's still a factor. Still gonna pound the rock. We'll see if the offensive line has any trouble. I mean, that's a tough pass rush and
Mhm.
defensive line to go against week 1 with 3 new guys in there. So I definitely think it's going to be a test for the Lions, and but the Packers have an ability to,
I do want to bring something up that I heard today about the Packers now that they have Micah. Not only is it big that the Packers got him just because of what he brings to the table, but also because of what he takes off the table from everyone else.
yeah,
Of what he can open up, Rashawn Gary,
gonna
Lucas
have
Van
a-
Ness, everyone.
Yeah.
Now they're focused on Micah Parsons. I'm not saying they're going to let him go free or anything, but it's just how much weight he holds and the fact that teams are going to have to game plan to stop him, where you still have good players on the other side that are still going to be a factor.
yeah.
So,
No, I fully
I
agree.
agree, man. And I also think Hutch coming back, Hutch versus Aiden is going to be, or Hutch versus Micah, I think is
Yeah.
going to be so fun to watch on both sides of the ball. I think the biggest concern for Green Bay, and we'll get into this later, is going to be the secondary.
yeah.
I know they've got Xavier McKinney, but on the boundaries, I think they're a little bit weak compared to the rest of their defense. So kind of really excited to see that.
It's gonna be a great matchup.
How the Lions take advantage
Another
of that.
great divisional matchup.
Another great one, man.
Blessing us this week, but great picks.
What do we think Mr. Irrelevant's exciting game would be?
Probably
It's primetime game.
Vikings Bears, maybe? That's probably my
Probably a good bet.
He probably wouldn't pick that, but
Yeah.
that'd be my guess.
Mhm.
That being said, do we want to get into our actual picks for the week?
Well, welcome everybody to the who's the beta of the week?
Yeah, speaking of bets,
Speaking of
Let's get
bets,
in.
we're getting into the first official NFL Who's the Beta of the week. And the boys have their picks this week. We are super excited. We've been pumped for this for God knows how long. But we're going to bring our picks this week. We will be going over every game, picking every game. We're also going to have our pick of the week. Each of us have an individual pick of the week against the spread. And we also have an underdog money line. The boys are going to get ballsy here. We all have an underdog pick that we think is a good bet on the money line. And a player prop as well. We are going to keep record of this over the year. See who's the most sharp with the books. See who the bookies fear the most with our picks. But we are also going to just do our head-to-head picks the whole year. And we are going to have one squad ride that we're going to do weekly and hopefully go 22-0 during the NFL season. All the boys are in agreement over the pick. And we'll see if all the boys collabing together are sharper than most, at least. So we're excited about that. And we also do some fantasy hot plays as well that we'll do with some of the fantasy guys we think are good plays. Or if you do daily fantasy, good plays in your lineup for the week. But without further ado, I say that we get into our head-to-head picks for the week.
Let's do it.
So the first game of the week is the Cowboys visiting the defending champ Eagles. Boys, what do we have in that game? P-Man.
I mean, I have the Eagles. There's the Cowboys. There's too much going on.
There's a lot going on.
There's too much, and the Eagles are gonna roll.
Eagles, official pick. Who you got?
I also have the Eagles. But I actually think this game's going to be closer than a lot of people think. Obviously, the Eagles coming off the Super Bowl. You got Saquon. All the stars are back. The defense did get a little bit weaker.
And
They got a little bit weaker. They got a little bit younger. Lost a piece up the middle in Milton Williams, who played a lot of snaps for them.
Mm-hmm.
I think the biggest matchup of this game, and if Dallas wants any chance they're going to have to exploit, is George Pickens versus, I think it's going to be Kelly Ringo on the boundary.
DGD, man.
They should go after that.
2 DGDs.
Watching George Pickens last year, the guy can play. I mean, you keep his head on his shoulders, he's going to be able to play.
Absolutely.
And I think he could keep them in this game if they can attack the secondary. So I got the Eagles. I think it'll be close.
I'm actually going to piggyback that. I think the Eagles are going to win in a close game. I think, you can easily write off the Cowboys and say there's so much drama going on that they're just going to freaking roll the helmets out there and just get the defending champs just absolutely beat them up, to be clean here. But I do think the Eagles are going to win that game at home, take care of business. But it may not be pretty. I agree with you. I think you nailed all the points. A lot of young guys on defense that have to prove themselves. And also just, it's the first game. They may have the mojo of coming off the last year, but sometimes you get a high and then you kind of get humbled in the way. But I don't think Dak and the boys are going to come in there and beat the Eagles. Crazier things have happened, but I am going to pick the Eagles as my official pick. But I do think the Cowboys will keep it close. I bet that's going to be a slugfest. I don't think it's going to be a lot of scoring early, maybe late. Maybe it'll start, fireworks late. But I think, we all get excited about the games in the season. And then, the first half, we're sitting there like, all right, it's freaking 7-3. And but I do think that they're going to start airing the rock out at the end. The Eagles will start to establish that run game early. And then hopefully pound it out as Dak's just absolutely firing the GP and CeeDee Lamb and all the boys. But I do have the Eagles in that game. Next game, Friday Night Football in Brazil. We were touching on it. Chiefs at Chargers. What you got?
I originally wrote down the Chargers. I'm changing it. I think the Chiefs are going to win. And the reason that I think that it's going to be won in the trenches. And I think that Trey Smith, Creed Humphrey, and the boys are going to be ready. I like the Chiefs. Could be super, super square, but I'm going Chiefs.
Chiefs.
I agree with your points, but I'm going with the Chargers.
Upset.
I think if the Chargers are going to get it done against the Chiefs, it's going to be in Brazil. It's going to be like a weird kind of unfamiliar territory. It's week 1. I think Harbaugh is going to have those guys ready to play. I think they're going to be able to pound the rock with some success. I think is going to be an all-pro tackle, regardless of if he has to play left tackle or right tackle. I know they lost Slater, but that O-line's still super strong.
Yeah.
I think Herbert's going to play great football. I think he's going to kind of prove to people this season why he's not a fraud. And I think it starts week 1. Obviously, picking against the Chiefs anytime is not really a good idea. But I think if they're going to do it, the Chargers are going to do it week 1. So I'm gonna take LA with that one.
Chargers. Good pick. I mean, I like the Chargers, but I'm actually going to pick the Chiefs in this game. Hard to bet against Patrick Mahomes. And I'm seeing a lot of Patrick Mahomes disrespect on my timeline lately. And why? I mean, I'm seeing people that aren't even putting them in their top 5 for quarterbacks in the NFL today.
It's the
and
Brady treatment.
It's kind of insane, honestly, and I can do a hate watch and say I don't really want the Chiefs to be as good as they are because they are the next closest thing to the Patriots with the Tom Brady run and having the golden boy at quarterback. But I do think the Chiefs are going to go in and take care of business. I think the NFL did do the Chargers a disservice by putting them in Brazil for their home game against the divisional rival of the Chiefs. But I think week 1, I think Slater is a big loss, and I think that the Chiefs are going to go in there, and I won't speak that much on it, but I think they're going to go and take care of business in a different country and start out hot, and I think the Chiefs are going to be a force this year. Probably earlier than most. They're a team that's been together for a while, and I think that, week 1 and week 10 with that team aren't much of a difference. I think Andy Reid's going to have them ready, so I'm going to go with the Chiefs as my pick. Next game.
Raiders and the Patriots.
Patriots.
In Foxborough.
We're fired up, man.
I am saying the Raiders go on the road and get the win, steal the game.
Wow.
Pete Carroll knows how to coach in a hostile environment,
Mhm.
and I like Pete and the boys.
It's gonna be hostile in Foxborough.
Yeah. Pete knows how to coach unless you're on the 2-yard line with the Super Bowl on the line.
Yeah, and you don't hand it to beast mode.
Doesn't have great success against the Patriots.
And I think history repeats itself. I'm going with the Patriots.
Love it.
I flopped on this game multiple times, but I'm going to go with the Pats just because I think Vrabel is bringing something to that team, and I think they're going to come out really fired up. They're going to be excited. I think their defense has a little bit of an edge on Las Vegas. But I'm interested to see Carroll and Vrabel both on their second stint as professional coaches.
Mhm.
Just kind of interested to see who comes out ready. I think New England gets it done, but barely.
I'm going with the Pats. I think we're gonna get it done at home. We're fired up, man. I mean, I could get deep into it. I think the Patriots are gonna have a whole new revamped offense. I'm really excited to see what Josh McDaniels does in Week 1 with his new toys and his new job, or I guess another new fresh stint in New England. But Josh has historically done great things with that Patriot offense. I'm excited to see how he uses 10. Excited to see how he uses Travion. And all of the other receivers out wide. I hope Diggs is healthy and we get to see a full game out of him. And the defense, honestly, the defense for the Patriots, I think our pass rush is going to be great, and I think our tackling is going to be good. Secondary, Gonzo's hurt right now. Not 100% sure he's going to play in that game. He hasn't practiced in a few weeks. So we're hoping that he's playing, but if not, we do have guys that can step up, but that will be a factor. But honestly, the Raiders are a pretty good matchup if your secondary isn't doing as well early on, because out wide, I don't think that's a strength for them. So we'll see if we can contain the new Ashton Genty. And Bowers, unfortunately, I think will probably have a pretty good game against some young safeties for the Patriots. But I think the Patriots are going to end up outlasting the Raiders in that game and get a big win at home in Week 1. So we're going to start 1-0. So I'm going with the New England Patriots at home. Next one, Bucks Falcons.
I mean, we're all pretty high on the Bucks this year.
We are.
Me personally, I think the Bucks are going to go into Atlanta and get it done. I'm not a believer in Penix. I don't think he's shown anything yet. And quarterback play is very important, as we all know. So I'm going the Bake Show and the Buccaneers.
Okay.
I like it. I'm also going with the Buccaneers, strictly because I think Bowles is going to dial up a defense that Penix has not seen. You got a guy that hasn't seen a lot of NFL defenses, and Bowles is known for being multiple and sending all these fire zones. And I think that's going to benefit them. I think Bake's going to come out. Obviously, I'm pretty high on the Bucks, and this is a divisional game that I think they'll need to win. So I think they come out more of an established team.
Yeah.
Excited to watch Emeka
Yeah.
and some of these younger pieces play. And listen, I think the Falcons are going to put up a fight. I think they're going to be a good team. I'm probably a little bit higher on Penix than you are. I don't think he's going to be a Pro Bowler or anything, but I think he'll be a serviceable quarterback. With that being said, I'm still going with the Bucks just because they're more established.
I like it. I actually am high on Penix as well. I think there's going to be fireworks in this game. I think this is going to be one of those potential absolute shootouts in Week 1 where you wonder if either team has a defense. But I think it's going to be the Bucks that come out on top on the road in a firefight. I do think Penix is going to have a good game. I do think Baker's going to have a better one. And I think, OG Unk Mike Evans is going to absolutely show out against those division rivals like he always does. And the Bucks are going to get done on the road. We're all very high on the Bucks. I could see the Falcons winning that game, but I am going to go with Tampa Bay because I just think they are the better team. And I think, like you said, Bowles will definitely give Penix more problems than the Falcons. And Raheem Morris will give Baker Mayfield. So I'm going to go with the Bucks in that game. This one's an interesting one to me, and it shouldn't be a hard game, but we're going to see what we think about Bengals at Browns.
I'm not going to steal the AFC North thunder from you, but if there was a game the Browns could go in and win, it's this game. Or I guess it's at home. If there was a game the Browns could win, it's this game. I still think the Bengals are going to win, but this is going to be another one questioning. Honestly, though, it could go both ways. Questioning whether or not there is a defense or questioning whether or not there's an offense for the Browns. So, we'll see, but I've got Bengals.
I'm also going with the Bengals, but it is with absolutely zero confidence. And it's strictly because I think the Browns are, on paper, probably one of the worst teams we've seen in the last decade. But if we go back a year ago, a Bengals team that we were all super high on, this is before we knew the defense was going to be terrible, and they laid an egg against the Patriots, who were, no offense, but they were a terrible team last year.
4-13.
Yeah, a team that they had no business losing to. And kind of like you said, I think if the Browns are going to sneak one out, it's absolutely at home. Flacco, can come out and have a good game. We've seen it in Stefanski's system before. But I'm going to take the Bengals, man. I'm going to try not to overthink it. I mean, Burrow and Jamar, I think they get it done. They played in the preseason. Maybe they get a little rust off, and they go in and win that game. So I'm going to go with the Bengals.
I'm also going to go with the Bengals. I really wanted to, get cute here and go with Cleveland. I do think Cleveland's going to cover that game. That is a 5.5-point spread last time I checked, and I think it is going to be a very close game. And I think the Cleveland defense is pretty good. It's not. I mean,
No, they
you
got
can
players.
bash the team and say they're going to be awful this year, and they probably will be because from top to bottom, if you compare them to the rest of the teams in the league, they're not very good. But the defense is pretty good, and I do think they're going to play close games with teams, and I could see them going in there honestly at home and defying all odds and beating Cincinnati. So part of me wanted to pick Cleveland, but I think I'm going to go with Cincinnati as well. I do think Cincinnati still has talent. We usually only bash that team on this podcast, probably to try to outweigh or at least even it out the rest of all the other pundits out there that think the Bengals are awesome. But I do think they'll go in and take care of business in week 1 this year. But I would not be surprised if they didn't. So I'm going with the Bengals. So
It's good stuff. Let's get to the game everyone wants to hear about here. The Dolphins and the Colts, JP. Do you want to go last here?
Yeah, I'll go
I feel
last.
like we should save you for last.
Yeah.
Nick. You want to go ahead?
I do. I'm going to take the Colts at home. This was a tough one for me. I actually think the Dolphins are a pretty good matchup there. But if the Dolphins were at home, I would take Miami here. I just think I like the home field advantage for the Colts here. I'm not saying I think Daniel Jones is going to have a great game. I think this could potentially. I think this game's a wild card to me. It could be a firefight or it could just be a really ugly game depending on which teams show up. But I think the Colts. I don't think they're gonna have a great year. I don't think the Dolphins are gonna have a great year either. So I'm taking the home team here. I think Jonathan Taylor will have a good game, and I'll see how Daniel Jones uses Tyler Warren and uses guys like Josh Downs in the game. But I would not be surprised to see Miami jump out here and beat the Colts pretty good. I can see it, but I'm gonna go with the Colts.
I'm gonna go with the Dolphins. I think the Dolphins' hate is getting a little out of pocket just based on what I've seen this offseason. We're forgetting Tua is a great quarterback when I'm not gonna say great, a very good quarterback when he's healthy and he's playing. Tyreek's there, Jalen Waddle's there. And I think the Dolphins, if they were ever going to have a get-right game to start the season, it's against a Colts team that has so many variables. I do think it's going to be a higher-scoring game. I don't think either of these defenses are going to be very good. But I think McDaniel will dial it up. I think Tua is going to show people, listen, I'm not the 29th best quarterback in the league. I think it's time for him to remind people that he's still a good quarterback. So yeah, I'm going to go with the Fins. I think they're a better team. I'm a little bit higher in the Colts than most people, honestly. I think Tyler Warren, Penn State alum, is going to have a great game, but I just think the Fins have too much firepower for them, so I'm going with the Fins.
This will be a very emotional game in Indianapolis because they're putting Jim Irsay in the Ring of Honor. So it will be very emotional.
What is he about to say?
There will be tears from Colts fans before the game and after the game because the Fins are going to win. But I see a world where we win by a considerable amount, and I also see a world where we almost lay an egg like we did in the first game last year against Jags. We won the game last year, but like I said, we almost laid an egg. But almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. Fins win. Give me the dub. Week 1, 1-0.
Love
Okay,
it.
I like it.
Love
I mean, I could see it, dude. I mean, I hate on the Fins. I guess you could see that, but I could absolutely see them dominating that game. And if they're at home, it would have been an easy pick. But I'm gonna go with Indy. Panthers at Jaguars. I think this is a compelling game. Two teams that on the rise. I guess in a way you could see them having a good year. Not quite sure if they're over the hump yet. But they match up with each other in week 1. P-Man, why don't you just keep us rolling who you got for Panthers Jags?
I don't really know what to expect out of Bryce Young. I'm not going to lie. Because of that, I'm going to take the Jags. Also, since it's in Duval, that's another thing. If it was in Carolina, I think I would have a different answer. But since it's in Duval County, everyone's going to come out and see Travis Hunter. Everyone's amped up about the unicorn. They want to see it all.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going Jags.
Duval.
Yep.
I'm going with the Panthers.
Oh,
And my reason for that is I think Bryce Young found something last year. I think it's clicking, and I think he really wants to show people why he was the first pick. I think Tet McMillan's going to be a stud. I don't care if they put Travie on him. I still think he's going to cook.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, I think this game's going to be a shootout. I think that the Panthers are going to be able to run the ball better than Jacksonville, and I think that's going to be the key to the game for them. I think Brian Thomas and Travis Hunter are probably going to have really good games. I still think the Panthers' defense is very bad.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the Panthers, this is a game where you kind of want to start off hot. Like, you don't want to get into a hole like they got into last year. And I think they have the talent to beat this team.
Yep.
So not by much, but I am going to take the Panthers.
I'm taking the Jags. I think, like you said, there's going to be a lot of offense in this game. And I just think Liam Cohen is actually going to show people why he was an awesome hire. I think he's going to utilize his pieces. I think Travis Hunter is going to have a great game. I think Brian Thomas is going to have a great game. Trevor Lawrence is going to have a great game. I think the Jags are actually going to roll in this game. And I think they're going to show their home crowd, hey, we took a swing in the draft, man, and it's going to pay off in a big way. Get everybody fired up. I do like the Panthers, too. I think Bryce Young could have a good game as well. But like you said, I don't think the Panthers' defense is very good, and I think Jacksonville's going to exploit that better than Carolina does to Jacksonville. So I'm going to take the Jags at home in that game.
One more thing about that game. I think it's hilarious that Baker Mayfield has his own like coaching tree because Canales versus Cohen,
Mhm.
literally two OCs that were with Baker. So I think it'll be kind of cool to see.
I mean, Baker just runs his pod.
I know, man.
Yeah.
It's just Baker love.
Shouts to Baker. He's not a day 3 guy, but
I was about to
he's
say
a day
only
3
if
guy
he
at
was a
heart.
day
Yeah.
3
He
guy.
was a walk-on. So
True.
low-key, day 3 guy at heart.
Yeah.
Just gritty.
He just defied the odds a little earlier than most do.
Yeah.
After Cleveland tried to ruin his career, but
Besides the
So then
point.
LA
Talking for
revived
help.
him. Next game, Saints hosting the Arizona Cardinals, the vaunted New Orleans Saints. P-Man, who you got in that game?
I am going to go with the Cardinals. I've already talked about I'm high on the Cardinals this year. But, I mean, you have Kyler, Trey McBride, Marvin Harrison Jr., James Conner, and his boy, Trey Benson. I like the Cardinals.
His boy.
His boy.
You like Trey Benson?
we miss him. I'm also going with the Cardinals. I don't really want to spend much time on this game. It's kind of a dud for me. If the Cardinals lose, it's just that's a tough pill to swallow
It's
if
not
you're
a
a
good
Cardinals
start.
fan. If you want to go where you want to go this year, the Cardinals have talent, man. The Saints really don't.
Yep.
As much as I don't want to say that, but I'm going with the Cardinals.
Must win with for Arizona. I'm taking the Cardinals as well. You got to show it. Put it on tape. Let's see if they can get it done. This is as good of a matchup as you can look for. You are on the road, so an opportunity to get a big road win, get some mojo going, and make those Arizona fans start to believe if you win in a big way. But unfortunately for New Orleans, I'm just not high on them. It's not going to be a good year for New Orleans. Spencer Rattler is a terrorist, and he will show that
Jeez.
in week 1, and I think Kyler Murray and the gang get it done. Moving on, good one here. Steelers at Jets. What you got, P-Man?
I'm rocking with the Steelers. Aaron Rodgers gets his revenge. Plus, I mean, Jets hater. So, you can go last. We'll see what you got.
I'm going to go a different revenge arc. I'm going with the Jets in this game,
Mhm.
and I think they get it done at home, and that is no knock to the Steelers because I've already told you I think the Steelers are a great team, but this is a team that's a new team. The Jets are a new team too, so it's a battle of two new teams, and I think the home team does get it done. I think they're being a little bit overlooked in this game because you can easily paint the Aaron Rodgers revenge narrative. But for Justin Fields, man, this one means a lot. I mean, this is a team that basically said, hey, I don't think you're good enough to be our franchise quarterback, even if you're a young guy and you have a lot of promise, and we're just not going to pay you. And this is an opportunity for him to show them at home in a new system with a team that believes in him and able to get it done at home. So I'm actually going to take a bold take and take the Jets at home here, even though I do not think they are the better team. And once again, no knock on Pittsburgh, but I'm going with New York.
I mean, I think it's pretty obvious I'm taking the Steelers. Every time the Steelers play, I try to think of a way that the other team can beat us. And honestly, I struggle to say this, but I can't think of a realistic avenue for the Jets to beat us. I mean, their thing is going to be to run the football. We know that. I just don't see how they're going to do it successfully against our front. I think it's too good, and I think their line's too young. So I think that'll be their only avenue, and unfortunately, I just don't think they'll be able to do it. Even if we don't get a huge contribution from A-Rod in the offense, I think the defense is just going to dominate.
I could see it being an absolute slugfest that game.
I could, but I also think that Aaron Rodgers has so much to prove right now, and I think that he had a great camp, and I'm honestly excited to watch if A-Rod can come back and be shades of A-Rod.
Yeah.
And I think he's got DK Metcalf. The line looks really good. I just don't see how the Steelers lose this game. And again, we might come back on here on Tuesday and be like, wow, they blew it, and the Jets defense was dominant. And maybe I'll eat whatever and miss on that game. But I'm taking the Steelers, and I'm feeling pretty confident about it. So,
Okay.
I do think it's gonna be close though.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're two really good defenses.
Yeah, I think it's
so.
a compelling matchup.
Mhm.
I mean, that's actually one we didn't touch on. That's a very compelling matchup with two revenge narratives and, a new Steelers team, but also a new regime in New York. So we'll see how they get it done at home, maybe set the tone. But Giants at Commanders, speaking of new regime, I guess new personnel for the Giants, but a team that we're very high on, the Giants at the Commanders. I'll just go ahead and kick us off. I do have the Commanders in this game taking care of business at home. I do think they're the better team, and I do think the Giants team will take a little bit to mesh, but I could see Jaden Daniels running a lot for his life in this first game. I think there'll be a lot of pass rush for New York. There is a lot of juice. Not ruling out that they can win in that game. But I'm going to take the Commanders at home to take care of business in week 1 and keep that good mojo going from last year, having the advantage at home. So I'm going to go Commanders.
I'm gonna also take the Commanders. I think the Giants, like you said, have a ferocious pass rush. But I think the Commanders have the new pieces along the O-line to be able to somewhat match that, depending on the different packages that they put in, or the Giants put in. But I just think overall the Commanders are going to have too much firepower, and yeah, I'm taking the Commanders at home.
Yeah. I'm gonna take a team that I think is gonna be kind of a force in the NFC, and that's the New York Giants.
Wow.
Dude, I think that front seven for New York is just gonna cause so many problems. I think Cliff Kingsbury's gonna kind of struggle to find a way around that because their secondary's good too.
Yeah,
it's
no,
not
the
like
Giants
there's a
have great
fall off. They
defense.
have great pieces, and I think that offense is gonna be way better than people expect. I think Daboll is gonna be excited because Russ can kind of do what he wants him to do. Take the deep shot when it's there, run the football. I think Malik Neighbors is going to tear them up. I don't see a guy on that roster that can match up with him, and I think that's going to create some real matchup issues for the Commanders. And I think if the Giants are going to steal one against them this year, it's going to be week 1.
Huh.
I'm taking the Giants.
Russie and the boys. I like it. That's a good
Russie,
upset
man.
pick.
Rusty believer.
All right, let's start to roll here. Titans at Broncos. Who we got?
You know, talk about a hard first NFL game in the Mile High Stadium where
Yeah.
you like have to have oxygen or whatever to like acclimate to the scenario. Unfortunately, there's not enough oxygen in the world to be able to save the Titans from this matchup. So we're going Broncos. Bo Nix, let's ride. And also the corners. I mean, Cam Ward's going to have a lot on his plate for his first game. So
Tough matchup.
Broncos country.
Yeah, I mean, I'm taking the Broncos. And honestly, I hate that this is Cam Ward's first game because I can already picture the narratives that are going to be out there after he plays arguably the best defense last year, week 1 in Mile High. I just hate this for Cam Ward and the Titans, so I'm going with the Broncos pretty handedly.
Going the Broncos as well. Very high on the Broncos this year. They take care of business at home against the rookie. Still love Cam Ward. Hopefully they can steal a few games this year, but it will not be week 1. I'm going with the Broncos. Niners at Seahawks. A very, very tough NFC West matchup.
You know, I get similar vibes. I don't know why. This could just be me. It's probably just me. I get similar vibes from the 49ers that I do from the Cowboys. And for this reason, not because of like the whole Jerry Jones situation, but just because of the drama within the 49ers. I'm going to take the home team. I'm going to take the Seahawks. The 12th man is a really hard place to play. And yeah, I can't wait to see the Cooper Cup JSN boys go to roll.
I like everything you said except for the fact that you had the Seahawks winning. I'm gonna go with the Niners. I spoke about this last pod, but I think the Niners know that the clock's ticking, and I think that they have a lot to prove this year. CMC being back is just so monumental for this team.
Yeah.
Obviously, wide receiver is going to be a challenge for them, and Seahawks defense could be a real force this year. They got Eamon Wari, obviously great Coach and McDonald coaching that defense. I just think that there's so many pieces on that Seahawks offense that are moving. New OC, which I like Kubiak, but Darnold, can you do it without KOC? Cup, is he even still a viable option? I think JSN's really good. I just see San Fran as a little bit more prepared for this game, so I'm going with San Fran.
I'm going to tell that I love the Niners as well in this game. And honestly, I will speak that I wasn't very high on the Niners in our season projections, but I've kind of been talking myself into them more and more as I've kind of been gearing up for week 1. And I'm just so high on CMC this year. I picked him number 4 in the draft. I think he's going to have a monster game. I think Brock Purdy's going to have a good game too. But I think you explained it well. This is a team that's probably going to come in more prepared. And the fact that they've been playing together a little bit longer, even though they have some injuries out wide. And you could argue that they're a little decimated there. And the Seahawks coming in with new juice. It is new. So it's week 1. I could see them blowing that game at home to the Niners. So I'm going to go with the Niners for that reason. Getting some nice matchups here. The Lions visit the Packers. Who do we have in that game?
Well, I mean, this was my most exciting game, so I'm going to be locked into this one.
See how excited you are.
But I'm just going to keep it real plain and simple. It's the Packers home team, Lambeau Leap. We'll see it coming up on Sunday. So.
Yeah, love it.
I'm actually going with the Lions. This game was a
Right.
coin flip to me. I think this is going to be a great game. I just think that the Lions, they really want to prove to people that they're still at the top, and I think the teams in the NFC North to know that the division runs through them.
Yep.
I think Hutchinson being back is I can't even explain how big that is for that team. They were so good when he was in the lineup on defense, and obviously it tapered off without him and all the other injuries that they had.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, Green Bay's kind of a wild card. They got Matthew Golden, just added probably the best defensive player on the planet behind Myles Garrett and T.J. Watt. But I'm gonna take the Lions, and I think Goff has a really good game. Amon-Ra obviously picked him in fantasy. I think he's gonna be a factor.
Yep.
And like I said, I think if the Lions are gonna win, they're gonna have to attack the secondary. I don't know how well they'll be able to run the ball. Probably will. But I think they're gonna have to attack downfield, and I think they do it. So I'm taking the Lions.
Interesting. On the road, I'm going to take the Packers in this game. I do think their pass rush is just going to overwhelm a relatively new Lions offensive line. I do think it's still going to be a good game. I think I could see this one being actually a lower scoring game than most people probably think. With both teams having, I think, underrated defenses and a really good pass rush on both ends. I do think they're going to disrupt. I could see the Green Bay Packers offense stalling a little bit with what the Lions are doing. I could see the same thing for the Lions with the Packers. Well, obviously, that pass rush is going to be awesome, and the secondary is still pretty good. But I'm going to go take Green Bay at home, getting a big win with the new Micah Parsons era going on. So I'm going to go Packers. Texans at Rams. This is an interesting week 1 matchup.
Yeah, this game I could see it going either ways. I'm picking the Texans to go on the road and beat LA just because I know that everything came out and said that Stafford would be good and ready to go, but just the fact that he missed so much of camp, I don't know what kind of situation he's going to be feeling on Sunday. So I'm going to go with the Texans just for the uncertainty of Stafford.
This is another game that was kind of a coin flip for me because I think they're two teams that are in really similar positions in their division as far as competing. I am going to go with the Rams. I think McVay having Devontae Adams is so dangerous, especially when you have Puka too. And I think the Texans, I'm a little bit lower on them this year. I think Jared Verse in that front seven might have an absolute field day.
They do.
And I think they'll get after Stroud early. And again, I think Houston has a phenomenal defense. I just think that McVay having Devontae Adams is such a wild card. And I think he's going to do really well. I think they might be able to run the ball a little bit. Being at home obviously helps. But I just think McVay kind of outcoaches in this one. So I'm going with the Rams.
I agree. I'm going with the Rams as well. I do think that the pass rush is going to be such a factor in that game. It's just such a bad matchup for Houston in that sense. I do think Houston's defense is a pretty good matchup for the LA offense. I think they have a lot of speed, so the receivers may not, be getting open as much. They're going to have to find pockets and zones. But I could see Kyron Williams having a really good game in this game as well. I'm going to take the Rams. I think Stafford will be fine. And I do think the defense is going to have a really good game, so I'm going to take the home team. Get into the matchup of the week. The Ravens visit the Buffalo Bills. 2 Super Bowl favorites. Touched on it a little bit. Let's see our official picks. Who do we have in this game, P?
It is pretty cool having this week 1 instead of like week 16 or in the playoffs where Bills Mafia is scooping the snow out from, where they do the little they bring out all the fans, whatever. So it's going to be a good game, and I can very well see a world where this is a playoff game coming in January.
AFC Championship, perhaps.
Yes.
Divisional last year.
But I'm going to go Ravens. I mean, they're my Super Bowl pick. They go 1-0 on the road.
Love it.
Just another game that I think is an absolute 50-50. You could make a good argument for both teams. I'm going to go with the Bills. I think being at home is just the ultimate wild card here. I think it helps them so tremendously. I think the Ravens are going to be an absolute force, and maybe this is just me being optimistic that they start 0-1. But I think Josh Allen, we might be looking at back-to-back MVP seasons. I think they upgraded in almost all areas. They didn't get worse. They didn't lose many pieces. Ravens are getting older, which Derrick Henry's Derrick Henry. I mean, we'll see. But they're coming off a win in the playoffs. They showed something, so I think the Bills go and get this one.
I am going to go with the Ravens in this game, and I think the Ravens have had this one bookmarked for a while. As soon as the schedule came out and they saw it, you get your first opportunity after leaving a sour taste in your mouth in the playoffs, and you get a chance to get them back right away, that same team. And I think Lamar and company are going to go in there and get it done in week 1. The Bills were my Super Bowl pick, so I had them with a disappointing week 1. But I think Baltimore goes in and gets it done with a big road victory to start the year. So I'm going Baltimore. Surprised that there was 2 out of 3 on Baltimore on that one, but what a great matchup. And so now we get into Monday Night Football, and what we would assume would be our fallen friends matchup of the week. Vikings visiting the Bears on Monday Night Football. Very compelling matchup. What do we think is going to happen in that one?
In honor of Mr. Irrelevant, Vikings come to town. Get her done. I've already talked about the Bears. I'm not high on them at all. So it'll be a close game. It'll be a slugfest, but JJ goes in and gets it done.
Even looking at this right now, I don't know who's going to win this game. I'm picking the Vikings. I love KOC. I think JJ will be serviceable with him. But I can easily make an argument for the Bears, man. I think there's a lack of receiver depth with the Vikings right now. Jaddison suspended, Naylor's hurt. So you can make an argument for the Bears. I am going to take the Vikings. I think they'll get the run game going. And I just think the Bears are so unproven. A lot of moving pieces. So many new faces on the offense and a whole new coaching staff. So for those reasons, I am going to take the Vikings, but I would not be surprised at all if the Bears won this one.
I agree. I'm going to take the Vikings as well, but we're going to take them confidently, but I'm also just going to say I do think the Bears have, honestly, more talent on offense, and I would not be surprised to see them take care of business at home if they click right away, and that's the big if they're going to click right away. I think the Vikings, you can say the narrative that, J.J. McCarthy's new, but that's still an established offense. You're just plugging in a guy that you think has more talent, because otherwise you wouldn't have got rid of Sam Darnold, into an offense that was flourishing last year, had a lot of juice, and had a lot of success. And I think that they're honestly being, in a way, disrespected if you just look at it on paper, where the Bears weren't a very good team last year, and the Vikings were an awesome team last year, and now all of a sudden you switch a quarterback and a younger guy, and everybody's going to be hopping on that Ben Johnson train of, the Bears are back and the Bears are going to be awesome. The Bears are going to take care of business against the Vikings team that maybe regressed a little bit, but I actually think the Vikings break the hearts of all the Bears fans out there in week 1, and I get it done on the road. So now, hop into some fantasy guys that we think are going to have an awesome week. We told the teams that we're high on. We'll see what guys perform on each of those teams. If you got a quarterback, you think have an awesome week this week?
I'm taking Bo Nix to pick apart the Tennessee Titans defense. I mean, I already explained it earlier, but I mean, you look at, there's no reason why not take Bo Nix against the Titans. So,
agreed. I'm actually going with your boy.
Oh,
Draconius May. I think Drake's rushing upside is going to be huge in fantasy this year. I can't speak to if they have design runs in place for him. You
Mhm.
probably know that better
They-
than
they
I
do.
do. But I think scrambling for him is going to be an absolute weapon. I think he finds the end zone at least twice, one through the air, one on the ground.
Wow.
So for those reasons, I'm going to take Drake. And the guy that you're going to talk about, I also really agree on. So
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Trevor Lawrence. I just think the Jags are gonna have a great week this week. I think it's a great matchup, and I think that Liam Cohen is gonna shine with his new toys that he's got out wide, and T. Law is gonna take advantage, and Brian Thomas and Travis Hunter are also gonna have a great week. But I think T. Law is gonna absolutely air it out. I think over 300 passing yards is in play, maybe more, a bunch of touchdowns as well. He has some rushing ability as well, so I think he's a great fantasy play and a guy that. Usually would be listed like Drake as a fringe starter maybe on a fantasy lineup, but I think absolutely start him this week. Trevor Lawrence, you're not going to really ask for a better matchup. If you drafted him, this is the week to play him. So I'm going to go Trevor Lawrence on that front. Running backs, who we got?
I'm going with Kyron Williams. I mean, he scored a ton of touchdowns last year. I expect for him to pick up right where he left off, especially against the Texans at home. So, yeah, he's going to get the rock.
Gotcha.
I'm going with Chupa Hubbard. Kind of spoke about this earlier, but I do think that game is going to be high scoring. I think, kind of like I did say earlier, I think they established the run game. I think Chupa gets it going, gets some catches out of the backfield, maybe gets in the end zone. I just think it's a good matchup. Jacksonville really struggles to stop the run. And I think Carolina has a good line, so there's no reason for Chupa to not have a big game there.
I love it. I'm going to go Jalen Warren, your boy. I think it fits really well. One, that he is going to be the starting running back as he's listed on the depth chart. Steelers pundits seem to be high that he actually will fill that role. It's not just a smokescreen, and I don't see any reason why he shouldn't. So I think he's going to get a bunch of touches, and also the type of running back that he is, he's naturally used to catch passes, and I actually have the Jets winning this game, so I could see the Steelers playing a little bit come from behind maybe at the end, and he's going to get a whole lot more dump-offs maybe than he might get for the rest of the year. It could also just be schemed where they're just throwing a bunch of screens to him. I think he's going to be highly utilized. I think he's very undervalued, so I'm going to go with Jalen Warren to have a big week one. Wide receivers and tight ends, so we're getting pass catchers here. We're kind of combine the two. P-Man, who you got?
Trey McBride. I mean, behind Brock could be tight end 2 this year. I think Kyler's going to find him early and often, along with Marvin Harrison Jr. So yeah, I'm rocking with Trey McBride.
Hard to go wrong there.
Yeah.
Another exciting white.
Exciting.
Very exciting
Super
white.
exciting.
I'm actually going with Malik Neighbors. I spoke about this earlier, but I think he's going to absolutely decimate that Commanders secondary. And who better to throw that moon ball than Russie? I think they connect a lot early and often. I think Malik Neighbors has an absolute monster game.
I love it. I'm going with Unk. Mike Evans is going to absolutely tear up the Atlanta Falcons this week. Having no Chris Godwin this week, I think Baker's going to depend on. I think Igbuka's going to have a good game. But I think Baker's going to go to his go-to guy, and why shouldn't he? Because Mike Evans has just been doing it for such a long time. He's going to set the tone again and show that he is not at all washed, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are real, so Baker's going to go to his guy, and Mike Evans may have a 2-touchdown day.
Wow.
That's what I'm calling. So let's get to some sleeper picks. These guys were, we were picking some guys that probably would be started anyways. Maybe the quarterbacks, not so much, but sleeper picks, these are guys that might be on the bench, that might need to come off the bench for the
Even
week. Maybe get
waiver
the call up.
It's possible.
Yeah, maybe a guy to snipe on the waiver wire. But P, who's your sleeper of the week?
VFL, Dylan Sampson.
Wow.
There's not really, with Judkins, that whole situation going on. There's not really a featured back in Cleveland right now. And Jerome Ford will probably get the majority of the snaps. But I see a world where Dylan Sampson comes in, especially against a terrible Bengals defense, and puts up some great fantasy points. So
I like it. I'm high on Dylan Sampson. I think he's a great running back. Obviously, we know why you like him. I'm actually going with Dante Thornton.
Oh,
Another Vol.
yeah, 2.
I think they announced him as wide receiver 2. Not 100% sure on that. But, like we said, if Gonzo's going to miss this game, you're already talking about corner 3, probably, most likely. Oh,
Mr.
my goodness.
Irrelevant appears.
Look who
thought
it
I
is.
heard.
Can we get a round of applause
Hello,
for
Mr.
Mr. Irrelevant?
Who's back? Back again.
Just love to see him coming in here.
How
at
are
the end
you,
of the
Mr.
pod.
Relevant? Why don't you just put on your gear?
We love it.
What are
I'm
we
gonna
talking
continue.
about, fellas?
We're talking about Dante Thornton and how he's gonna
You know,
absolutely
you got here
dominate
just
this
in
week.
time, but we'll get to it.
Oh, you got
We
here
sure
just
did.
in time.
Sure did. Anyways, I think if Gonzo's gonna miss this game,
Just operate.
you might have a mismatch there with Dante Thornton. You got Gino, a guy who can actually deliver the ball. So I think there's no reason why Dante Thornton, especially if they're coming from behind, can't have a successful week. So I'm going with Dante Thornton.
I like it. I'm actually gonna go with a guy that is not a young guy, but an older guy that I think is very undervalued. And I got him in my dynasty league in like the last round, and I was kind of shocked he was there. But it's Dalton Schultz with the Houston Texans. Cade Stover's there, but the clear number one tight end in Houston, and I don't see why we don't value him more than he's valued. I don't really look at that and say like that's a sleeper in my mind, but somehow he is. I don't think he's even rostered in a majority of fantasy leagues, which is pretty insane to me when you have a clear starting tight end. And Houston's saying he had an awesome offseason. They did restructure his contract. And with the new receivers that they have out wide, some young guys, CJ Stroud is going to go to guys that he trusts, and he's going to go to Nico Collins. I could see him going to Dalton Schultz a lot this week in a game that they'll probably be playing from behind. So I think it's a great value play if you're scrambling for a tight end, which I think most leagues, we have no idea what's going on at tight end. So Dalton Schultz is my sleeper of the week. Time to get into our picks of the week. The boys are going to pick in a team against the spread this week. Our official picks, we're going to keep record of this. We're going to go with an underdog pick as well on the money line. So everybody's going to get bold here with their money line picks. And they're also going to pick a player prop as well that they're high on. Mr. Relvin, we weren't expecting you to be here, so I guess you can scramble.
Yeah, let me figure it out,
But
guys.
for the meantime, we're gonna do our picks here. So for your against the spread pick, P, who's your pick and why?
I'm going with the Giants. This is recorded on Tuesday, so the lines may change throughout the week. But last checked was 6.5, I believe. And like I said earlier, this game's going to be close. I expect the Giants to cover, and I don't expect them to win, but I definitely think it'll be close and cover. So
Giants win margin 1-6 is just like a gritty plus money bet that might be Giants to lose or Commanders 1-6. That was me just brain farting there. But Commanders 1-6 win margin might be even better value play by your projections.
potentially, yeah.
Interesting.
I'm actually staying in the NFC East. Just realized we have 2 divisional games there.
Mm.
But I'm actually going with the Cowboys to cover.
Wow.
They're 7.5 point dogs right now. I think with it being week 1, getting the Kinks worked out and everything, I think the Cowboys keep it close, kind of like what I was saying earlier. I think George Pickens explodes. I think they keep it within a touchdown. So I'm going with the Cowboys to cover.
I like it. I don't know if I love it because I do think the Eagles are going to have a good game, but I could see them covering that game as well. I'm going to go with a favorite to cover, and I'm going to go with the Jaguars. We were talking about them. 3.5. So you do get the hook. You don't get the hook there. It's actually the opposite. I think books do that for a reason because they want you to take the team to lose by a field goal or win. But the Jags are favored by 3.5 points at home. Like I said, I think their offense is going to roll in that game. And they're going to show those new weapons that they have. I think they're going to roll the Panthers at home and win by more than or by 4 points or more. That's my pick. Officially, Mr. Relvin, do you have a pick or do we need to just move on?
No, I have a pick.
Let's hear your pick.
I'm actually
Spread.
gonna take the Chargers at plus 3.5.
Wow.
They are dogs.
I love it. I
Yeah,
love it.
they're gonna be at home. SoFi's gonna be bumping. I like it a lot.
They play in Brazil.
If
But-
only they were
Right.
at SoFi.
Yeah, if only.
Still going to get it done, though.
But I think the Chargers get it done. I think
They don't have to win.
they don't, but I think that the Chiefs are in for a rude awakening.
Wow.
I agree with you. I
LA
picked the Chargers
Chargers.
to win that game.
You did. Interesting. Bold pick. Speaking of bold picks, underdog pick of the week. These teams all have plus odds to win this game. Not supposed to win. Let's see if they win. Who you got? Who's your underdog pick of the week?
Ravens go on the road, get the dub.
Ravens.
I've already said my reasoning, so take them. You won't be disappointed.
Lamar and the boys. Get it done on the road.
Man, I'm going to go with a much different game. A game that is not really considered to be one of the premier matchups of the week. But I think I'm going to make JP happy. I'm going with the Dolphins as
Wow.
1.5 point dogs. I think they're going to win that game, man. I think they're the better team. I don't think they should be dogs in the first place, so I'm going with them to win.
Lots of really close matchups and spreads this week. So the underdog picks, they're probably more likely to maybe happen. There might be a few flying around this week. I'm going to go with a team that I was the only one to pick this team. I'm going to go with the New York Jets as my underdog pick of the week. I think that will be a very unpopular pick, and for good reason. I mean, honestly, the Steelers are a better team. But I do think the New York Jets are going to get it done in week 1.
Wow.
And they're at plus 130 right now. Only 2-point dogs. So at home, I do think they get it done. I think that is a short spread, and I think when you get a short spread, that's kind of weird and kind of peculiar. You kind of got to take a closer look at it and go, why is that the case? And so I'm gonna take the bold take there and probably be in
That's bold.
the minority
That's-
there and take
yeah.
the New York Jets. But you got to be in the minority with your underdog picks, man. So I'm going with the Jets in week 1.
All right. I'm gonna take the Browns.
Wow.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Someone
Yeah.
had to do it, and I love
I-
Someone had the guts.
It's at plus 210 right now, and honestly, I'd love to see it.
it. I'd love to see it.
I would
also love
love
to
to see it. I would love to see Joe Flacco, and yeah, I think it would be awesome for the Bengals to kind of realize, like, dude, you need a defense,
You do.
and you're going to Cleveland. It would be awesome.
Miles
I
Garrett
adore that.
terrorizing
I
Joe
absolutely
Burrow.
adore that.
I love that pick.
I mean, their O line also needs work. So
That's our heaviest dog of the week by none other than Mr. Irrelevant.
Mr. Irrelevant.
5.5-point dogs last time I checked.
Yeah, I think so.
What's the money line on that? Do you have any?
Plus
numbers?
210. Yeah, plus 210.
210.
Plus 4.5.
Oh, 4.5.
Yeah,
Okay.
4.5 spread.
Wow,
So.
it's
The
dropping.
prop.
Yeah.
Let's get to the props.
Let's get to the props. Player props for the week.
bets.
It's going to be a prop bet. It's going to be obviously players. So we're going to take an over and under on a certain prop. JP, do you have an interesting prop for us, or do you have a more standard one this
No, I have a prop that you actually brought up earlier.
Oh.
Brock Bowers having a day.
Oh,
63.5 receiving yards. I think he has a day and goes over that.
They hit the second power. I'm actually going to a game that I've revisited multiple times. But I'm going back to the Cowboys and the Eagles. I'm going CeeDee Lamb under 72.5 receiving yards. I think he's in for a rude awakening. I think they do everything in their power to take him out of the game, and I think he's welcomed to Quinyon Mitchell Island.
wow.
Mm.
So I'm going under for
Not
CeeDee.
exciting white.
Not Dejean.
No,
They're going to put him on who? GP?
no, he'll be in the slot. He plays
Yeah, I
slot
guess.
corner,
Yeah, I guess.
and neither of those guys really line up in the slot.
True. Well, CD kind of does.
Yeah, but he's majority outside.
Interesting. Well, I'm going to go with Travis Hunter going over 46.5 yards. Another ballsy pick. I think the Jaguars are going to use their new shiny toy. I keep saying it over and over again, and my picks are going to back it up in a big way. I mean, Trevor Lawrence, he's been looking. They're going to key on BTJ, first off, and they're going to probably put Horn on him. Time for Travis to show why he just got traded all of those picks for, and he got picked number 2. I think they'd be foolish to not try to use him, especially to just prove a point to the rest of the league of, hey, we got our guy, and we're going to use our guy, and he's going to be used on offense in a big way. We'll see how much on defense. That's not in this prop at all. But over 46.5 receiving yards, I get to see him covering that with one catch.
It is the battle of the first round receivers. Tech
I like
versus
it.
Trav.
I like it.
Cool.
All right.
What you got? A prop cooked right now.
All right. So I'm going to take the over on Sam Darnold's passing yards. All right.
your boy.
The line is set at 200.5.
Mm.
They're playing San Francisco. I don't know about that defense. So
Oh yeah, buddy.
I think
with
that's the
Saleh
weakest.
back?
Yeah, well, I think they're the weakest defense in that division. So
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
it just didn't feel right with you not saying that.
I'm glad to be back.
We
I'm
have
glad to be
Asinine
back.
pick.
back.
Asinine.
asinine
We'll
pick.
just wait till it hits.
Oh,
We'll see how
Oh,
asinine it is.
all right, bud.
He said,
But
"We'll
yeah.
see you at the."
I trust Darnold. I'm hearing things out of Seattle. Apparently, Cooper Kupp has a great connection with him. I wonder why.
What do you think?
Theme of the pod: exciting whites.
Yeah,
Exciting whites, man.
spot.
I mean, yeah, he's looking like apparently wide receiver 1 out of Seattle.
Oh, stop.
That's
Really?
what that's what they're saying. That's what they're
Tuesday.
saying.
Yeah, it's almost like Jackson Smith and Jigba exist.
He could.
Does he have
It's
that
almost
connection
like,
with Sam?
Torrey Horton exists.
Oh gosh, man, we're going
Exciting
dark
whites.
time.
Day 3 guy.
Exciting whites will prevail.
Okay.
Sam Darnold
Sam Darnold.
over
Well, that's not
on passing yards.
We're also gonna go.
Our squad ride, right? We
Yeah.
have to talk about
We
our
have
squad
to.
ride.
It's time for the squad
And,
ride.
and you
We have
know,
a surprise for
Let
you.
me whisper it to him.
No.
no.
No, this needs to be a surprise.
Yeah. We have not informed Mr. Irrelevant. Who
I was
our
gonna say,
squad
I have
ride
no
is.
idea what this possibly could be, but I guess we're gonna.
But if you want to present it to him, then go
We
ahead.
can present it to him.
Go.
Mr. Relevant, we did not know was going to walk in tonight and get
No
to
idea.
witness this live. So what a blessing for the viewers and for us as well.
Our goal is to go 22-0.
We are. We're trying to go 22-0 on this year. We're going to have a squad ride every Betta of the Week segment. So our Week 1 official squad ride, as picked by the Day 3 guys, and probably in agreement with Mr. Relevant, is the Vikings at -1.5 on Monday Night Football. We're riding with the Vikes, man.
And none of us are that confident about it, but we're riding.
We couldn't really find anything that we all loved equally.
So that was
Except
the
for
last
you.
pick.
This is for you.
But we all did think that the Vikings were going to win that game.
Yeah.
So we are going to pick it with confidence for the viewers. Take that bet. Has the juice. And Mr. Relevant walked in just in time to see it. So
And we know that he's riding.
I kind of want
Are you
to.
in agreement with that?
I'm in total agreement. I do want to hijack a little bit.
Please. The floor is yours.
I missed. I want to give my Mr. Relevant of the Week.
Oh,
we
Oh
did get a
my
Mr.
goodness.
Relevant of the Week.
I
Let's
want
hear it.
I want to shout out Caleb Williams as
I
Mr.
know where
Relevant of
this
the
is
Week.
going.
Reports
my
out of
trigger.
Chicago are claiming that the Chicago front office has barred the two male cheerleaders from the Vikings because, according to what's his name?
NFC North News.
No. To the coach in Chicago, I'm forgetting his
Ben
name.
Johnson.
Ben Johnson claims that they were trying to seduce Caleb Williams. These two cheerleaders.
Is this a real report?
From NFC North News.
NFC North News has gotten it right a lot. So yeah, those two.
they're
the two
reliable.
The two male cheerleaders have been barred from this game for trying to seduce Caleb. So,
Is NFC North the new Ricky?
No. But that's
No,
okay.
so that's my Mr. Relevant of the Week. Caleb Williams, watch out, they're coming for you. That's my hijack. I'm done.
Hey, we're in agreement, man. That's the squad ride of the week. The boys are fired up for the Vikes on Monday Night Football. Hopefully conclude an awesome Week 1.
Skull, baby.
I say we get this Mr. Relevant segment rolling even further.
Right. In the
Next time.
future, we will have a Mr. Relevant giving us a parlay. But
I mean, I have a wild card. Like, if you want to add some juice to a little bit.
and
of
obviously
your-
a dialed parlay here that's been
Oh.
cooked up for days and days.
Yeah.
No, this isn't a dialed.
Is this a vibes parlay?
This is a vibes, like you need like a last leg. You're on leg like 4. You need something to really. You want something interesting. Something
Were you
to
going to build a
spice up.
parlay or give us a pick?
No, I'm just gonna give you a pick.
Oh, give us a pick.
It's an
Usually-
appetizer.
a little
It's an
teaser.
appetizer.
Yeah.
This is a teaser for what you could be seeing in the future. Sorry, I'm ill prepared. It happens. But
Working, man.
this week, a little soccer club, and sorry, I mean I'm adding some juice.
Chelsea?
Chelsea is playing this weekend. All right, and they have been on a
Go
tear.
Chelsea.
They have been on a tear. Not my team, but
My team.
they have been, yes, that is Gabe's team. They have a game this weekend, and they have been on a tear. They are currently second in the on the Premier League table, and they are playing. Let me get this up right here.
This
Where they
is
at?
so dumb.
Oh, this is all right. They're playing Brentford this weekend.
Oh,
Not the best, not
Who's
the
Brentford?
best team. If you need something that's just gonna hit, then you should just take Chelsea winning at 4 to 5 odds. I don't have the American or the American betting odds on that, but
Just
4 to
take the
5
European
odds.
line.
please, no one take that.
you should add that at
Chelsea's
the end of
gonna
your
win.
parlay. Chelsea will win, so you need some extra juice. Just add it to your parlay. That's another hijack there that I just took.
No, I
That's
mean,
fair.
I'm here to add energy to this pod. I mean,
Oh,
this is
I'm
really
feeling
what I provide.
energized.
I love not having.
I have no idea what's going to come out of your mouth right now.
I just love not having a computer because it adds some tension.
That's
to
okay.
it.
You don't need a computer for this segment.
No, you
This is the
don't.
one segment that you don't need.
You know.
Oh no.
I did not expect we were going to be doing this segment tonight, but now
But
that
oh
we
boy,
are,
I'm excited.
I am so happy.
I am
Me too.
as well.
Let's get into it.
Podcast number 4 is Mr. Irrelevant, a ball knower of the week, officially being done. What a blessing. Boys, do we have our questions for the week?
I have it.
I have mine.
I have mine as well. Who would like to kick us
Do
off?
we want to recap of what happened
Oh, yeah.
last week? What was it?
Someone hit the second Bowers last week.
Mr. Relevant was feeling really good about himself
Trudge
going
banger.
into week 3,
That was a trudge banger.
and he got humbled in a big way.
Was
The
it-
boys did say it was going to happen.
Was it 1-5?
I think it was 1.
It was just a.
It was one.
It was a brutal
Yeah.
performance.
It was.
They wiped the floor with me, guys. It was bad.
I think it was
okay.
5-1 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, it was.
Followed by a 1 and
1 and
5.
5.
So
Well, it could be so Jover, or you could be so Barack this week.
All I will say is I reached failure last week, and now there's only one way to go.
he came in
It's
as
to
To
win.
win.
ill prepared as you could have come in,
Yeah.
and another 1 and 5 would mean that he's at 500.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, I could bat 300 and
I'm
still
going
make the
for
Hall
it.
of Fame.
I'm going right at you,
Go out.
All right.
and I'm sticking in your division. Demo David Montgomery. See a day 3 guy.
We're doing day 3 guy first this week.
He just threw you
Wow.
in a whole new bind here.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
messing with you.
Switch it up.
Not even letting you get
This-
prepared.
He is a day 3 guy.
Incorrect.
Dang it.
Oh.
He's a 3rd round pick.
Disaster.
Dang.
Starting off hot, getting the juices flowing. I got an easy one for you.
All right.
Okay. Is this guy a day 3 guy? Larry Fitzgerald.
Oof.
Yes. He
Very
is a
final
day 3
answer.
guy, yes. No, wait. He went to Pitt,
He did go to
He did go
Pitt.
to Pitt.
which means I feel like even in that era, Pitt might have been good in that era, possibly.
They did have Larry Fitzgerald.
They were in the Big East at that point, possibly.
They had Darrell Revis too.
No, he's not a day 3 guy.
Their final answer.
Yeah, that's my final answer. He's not a day
What
3
a
guy.
great switch up.
Great
Wow.
audible.
He was actually the 3rd pick in the entire draft.
Oh wow.
Great
Larry
switch.
Fitzgerald.
man.
What a great switch up.
Appreciate it.
I'm happy
P.
with you. That was awesome.
Go get him, P.
Get him, P.
I'm gonna hit you with someone who hits home with me.
Mm.
The Pastronaut Joshua Dobbs, was he a day 3 guy?
I'm feeling 3rd or 4th round out of this one. And I'm gonna go. What year was that draft? I would love to know.
It would have been 2017, 2016.
2016.
Could not give you an exact
Here, let me
year.
Was
let me
it?
do a let me
Josh
let me
Dobbs.
do a fact check.
Oh, the Pastronaut?
Yeah.
Of all.
Well, and he played. Actually, I mean, it's close to home for you, but he played for us as well. Actually,
No.
It
I know this one.
was 2017. Yeah.
For a good
2017.
reason.
Didn't know the year, know the round.
did you want him?
You know where you got
No
drafted,
comment.
right?
You don't get to grill us. You get to just answer.
Oh,
What do you think this is?
I need context.
Versus did you want him? You know where you got dropped.
He's is a day 3 guy.
Is that your final?
Yeah, that's my
answer?
final answer.
He was a day 3
Wow, very well done.
Astronaut
Who won?
baby.
Josh Dobbs.
Steeler legend.
Shout out.
Dude, what's
Steeler legend
Good
Josh
for
Dobbs.
you
Getting a
guys.
little confident. Let's get you off the confident.
Well,
Now-
since I'm rolling, I'll get into the trivia.
yeah, get
Let's
into
do
some
it,
trivia.
man.
I will offer a team if you need it, but if you don't, then you can just say the name and we'll figure it out.
Mm.
Who has the longest kickoff return in Super Bowl history?
Jacoby George. No, wait, no. Jacoby Jones. Sorry. Jacoby Jones
so
for the
confident.
Ravens. Sorry.
He was so confident.
Jacoby Jones for the Ravens.
Do we count that? I mean,
Sorry, Jacoby George was on my mind because Miami won this weekend. That's why.
Mike Pereira. Let's see what it talk about back in New York. Let's see the video replay.
I give it to him.
Yeah, that's
Jacoby?
George.
Jacoby
Alright,
Jones.
yeah,
Sorry.
Yes,
No,
Jacoby.
Honestly, that was awesome.
That counts.
Wow.
I'm good. I'm good.
Wow.
I'm good.
3-1 on the week with an
Holy cow.
holy moly, that could have been like an absolute train wreck, but it turned into a wow.
I can't even.
Very nice, with confidence, kinda.
Okay.
All right, Trudge. All right. This should be a layup for you.
Okay.
Oh,
It's not to be.
You get 3 guesses.
Really?
he's
I need-
3.
I need you to name me 3 teams with at least 5 Super Bowl victories.
Okay.
3 teams.
The Steelers, the Patriots, And
Those were the layups.
yeah. Is it Dallas?
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
That is one of them. Dallas Cowboys have 5 Super Bowl wins.
Whoa.
Wow.
How
Was
do
it
they have
them or the
5?
Niners?
I mean, what a fall off of a franchise.
Yeah.
I mean, that needs to be studied.
It's a good snipe, Trudge. It's a good
Very,
snipe.
very well done.
Had to get you back on the win train.
Appreciate you.
Okay, we're going back in history again.
I love it.
Who was the last team to go 0-16?
It's either the Lions or the Browns. It's the Lions.
That's your final answer.
Yeah.
That's incorrect.
Oh, you almost had it, Trudge.
It was the Browns in 2017.
Mm.
Who was the team before them?
I said the Lions.
The Lions.
Yeah.
It was the
Yeah.
Lions.
I knew it was either one of them.
Hey, very.
Because I remember
very
that, like NFL Network, they used to do the recaps, and they had the Lions fans wearing the paper bags. with
Mhm.
Owens.
Can you
Yeah.
name a quarterback on that Browns team?
Was it? You said 2017. It's Baker, right?
No,
No, it was the year before Baker.
That was before.
Baker was not. Yeah, I think that
That was the year that led to. I mean, that's impossible. I mean, how many Browns quarterbacks have failed? I mean,
There's a good bit.
Hoyer.
I think he was one of them.
I think Hoyer was.
Kaiser
on
was
the
on
team.
I had Kaiser.
Yeah.
That's what I had in mind.
Kaiser and
Brian
Wheaton.
Hoyer.
Wheaton, I think.
I don't
yeah.
remember Wheaton.
Or,
That might have been the room. It might have been Hoyer, Wheaton, and
Yeah.
and
Sounds
Kaiser.
about
Because
right.
I knew
Did I
Kaiser
get that
started.
right? With Hoyer? Did I?
Oh,
kind
that
of
was
a
bonus.
Yeah,
That was
no, the
bonus.
bonus
That's kind of a
question, yeah.
pull.
But
Yeah.
hey, not a bad week.
No, not at all.
Great showing.
Great week.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Great.
More, a little
4-2.
more realistic.
Coming in late, like just
Yeah,
ultimate
4-2.
vibes boost to the pod.
And bounce back in a big way after a big 0-1.
Yeah.
Goes awesome.
I'm proud. That was really
I'm happy to be here, y'all. Like I really do look forward to these, and I'm sad I missed it, and especially after the day. I mean, we could talk about the day I had, but let's not-
room-
we
Maybe
don't have
next
to get
time
into
on
that.
the next pod.
Yeah, maybe next time.
Do you have any
Br-
closing thoughts? Sorry. Do you have any
The
closing
Browns room was Kaiser, Kevin Hogan, and
Oh.
Cody Kessler.
Kessler, wow.
Could have got me with that
At
question.
least we got Kaiser.
At least we got Kaiser. Do we have any closing thoughts? I mean, you didn't really get the floor much today.
Yeah.
Do we have any closing thoughts before we just wrap this thing up?
I thought I did okay in fantasy, like the draft. I
Yeah,
think I
please
had-
talk about your team real quick.
A miss on whatever is the big beautiful Bill. Kind of missed on that one.
We touched on that.
Yeah,
RB4.
Yeah, RB4. That was kind of a miss, but no, I think I had a decent draft. I mean, well, my
I
team
think
here-
your reasoning for Bill was what actually made me laugh. Is when
Dude,
we had
He
the,
might end up being a good running back. We don't know.
And we're
we
gonna
don't
keep
know,
him on the.
but we had the
roster.
initial gasp of when he took him because we wondered who was going to do it, and we
We
should
knew.
have known it was going
We
to be
knew.
him at the turn. But then we go, well, Matt, well, why would you take Bill? And he goes, well, he's the backup to Eckler.
We
It's
don't
like,
know.
well, Eckler hasn't been taken yet. To which P then followed up and took the actual
yeah,
starter.
took-
Yeah.
So maybe a sharp pick.
I got
We'll see.
I got my my prediction for QB that somehow runs the ends up being the starter midway through the season. It's gonna be Jackson Dart this time around. I did Herbo.
Rebuke, Rusty.
I understand.
like
We
Rusty.
love the whole QB room, but Jackson Dart might be the truth. So
Oh my gosh.
yeah, I did draft him just to keep it interesting. I've got Josh Allen at Q, Jacobs running back, Ollie Gordon, Mike Evans, DK Metcalf. Still on the
Stud.
team. You want to
Stud.
try and trade for him?
Send me the O.
Well, I mean, you wanted him, so you should probably send me the O.
Sounds like you want to trade.
Possibly.
content with
Jalen Waddle, Colston Loveland, Igbuka,
A lot of receivers. Pretty solid.
Will Reichard, Will the Thrill.
Your boy.
I love Will the Thrill. He's been solid for
Super
us.
Bowl MVP in the future, apparently.
Unfortunately, on a bad team though.
Well, you did just squad ride
Did just squad
on the
ride.
Vikes, so
Against my will.
Eagles defense. So yeah,
Yeah.
I mean it's looking
You
good.
were
The
the
bench
first to
needs
take
some
the
work.
defense.
Like the 10th round.
I wanted the best
It
defense.
was an
in the league.
incredible debut to the Gentlemen's League for.
It could have been a lot worse. I think it could have been a lot worse.
Well, I'm not saying it was bad. I'm not saying
No, I know. I'm saying like I'm not super happy because I did do like 10 mock drafts like 30 minutes before the draft. That was my
Super
prep.
dialed.
That was all I did. The one guy I really missed out on that I really wanted was Brock Bowers, and That was the one guy I wanted. Probably should have taken him instead of Allen. Maybe could have gotten another QB later on, but I'd take that in a heartbeat. Yeah, exactly. And well, then his team name goes
to
to
rename the team.
That's
exactly,
true.
and I would never want. That's a
Can't
beautiful
say they
team.
hit
You
the
could just call it.
second
You could just
Metcalf,
call it
they just-
DK Beta.
Yeah, but they hit the second
Penix to
Howard.
DK.
Is it Beta?
What was it? Penixton Metcalf? Was that the saga on Twitter? There was something. There was a Twitter saga with
Only you would know.
Bear Down Cuz from the Bob Does Sports universe.
Hmm.
There was a saga there. But yeah, that's really all I got for this week. I mean,
stuff.
Well, we're happy
Glad-
you
glad
pulled
to
up
be
on
here.
our block because we needed that juice. That was
Yeah,
good. That was a
that was
nice
good.
pick me up, and I'm glad that we got to continue to see if you were a ball nowhere because it just wouldn't have felt right concluding the
No.
pod without that. But with that being said, we will be concluding today's pod. I thought it was a great kickoff to week 1 of the NFL. We're going to be very, very excited. We did get to share on college football too, which I wish we get to share a little bit on the Canes, but we
You'll
don't
be
have
able to
time
see our
for it.
takes.
Yeah.
We'll see if you agree with them or if you don't. But next week we will be talking about the week 1 matchups
Mhm.
in the next episode, and we'll see how it correlated to our preseason week 1 or our pre-week 1 thoughts. And then we'll talk week 2 matchups and picks. Hopefully, have an actual full pod where everybody's available the entire time. And get to hit all of our segments. We'll always get to see who's the beta, and as always, we'll get to see if Mr. Relevant is a ball knower, and he continues with his winning record, trying to set the tone for the rest of the year. But great pod, boys.
Yeah.
We'll bring it
NFL
next
football's
week.
back.
It's back in a big
No
way. Can't wait.
The witching hour is upon us.
Yeah, and we'll see you hopefully before Eagles Cowboys. The boys will drop,
Yeah.
and
See you
we'll
next week.
kick off your NFL Thursday and the way that it should have with the Day 3 Guys pod. That's been it for us, and we appreciate you guys watching. Like and subscribe. Show love to the Instagram. Show love to the TikTok. Show love to the YouTube Shorts. We're on all platforms trying to get better. For our Spotify listeners, we appreciate you guys as well. And no ads. I mean, you gotta love the boys for that. We'll see if that changes here soon, but we appreciate you guys, and we'll see you next week.